Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. Toby Murray run the camera for us tonight. Should be a good ball game coming up for you. Scott County hosting Lexington Catholic. Lexington Catholic with a new head coach, John Hutchinson, taking over for the previous coach. They come with a record of 10-10 out of Region 11, District 43. They'll be taking on the home team, the Scott County Cardinals. Head coach Scott Willard. Scott County comes in with a record of 9-14. We're at Charlie Sutton Field here in Georgetown, Kentucky. Should be a good ball game. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll talk a little bit of stats for both teams and much more. Glad you could join us. We'll be back right after this.
For oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Scott County Schools and Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
At Bluegrass Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. Toby Murray running the camera here for us tonight. And coach, looking at the stats first for Lexington Catholic, what jumps out at you?
Well, a couple of seniors. Their catcher, Colson Perry, hitting .326 with 5 doubles. And then their first baseman, hitting .276, a solid .276, but he does have 5 home runs, so he's always a threat when he steps in.
Alrighty, now jumping over to the Scott County side of things, Coach Willard with the record, his team coming in with a record of 9-14. What sticks out to you looking at the Scott County stats?
Well, you have to go with Zane Patton, their senior catcher as well, hitting .324 with 2 home runs. Scott County has been struggling at the plate, but Campton Martin, another guy in the 3-hole center fielder, hitting .267 with 5 doubles and 20 RBIs.
Alrighty, looking at your pitchers for tonight. First for Lexington Catholic, they'll be going with the senior Connor Edwards. He's pitched in 3 games, started 1. He's only pitched in 8.2 innings, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those were earned. 9 walks to go along with 6 strikeouts. His record is 1-1 with an ERA of 3.23. We'll take another timeout. We'll come over and go over Scott County starting pitcher and much more as we get set for some baseball action here on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network.
Oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Scott County Schools and Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
At Bluegrass Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie, along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. Toby Murray running the camera for us tonight, doing a great job as always. Should be a good ball game right here, getting set to go. Scott County in their camo alternate uniforms. Lexington Catholic in the very familiar royal blue. Scott County's pitcher for tonight is the junior, number 50, Evan McCallum. He's pitched in 6 games, started all of those. Was lasted 26.2 innings, giving up 42 hits, 38 runs. Only 25 of those were earned. 14 walks, 24 strikeouts with a record of 1-3 and an ERA of 6.56. So, Coach, what does Evan have to do tonight to get a victory for Scott County?
Well, at 1-3, you think, hey, he's having a down year, but I love his strikeouts to walk ratio, 24-14. So I think if he keeps it right there around the plate, he's got good enough stuff to get a lot of strikeouts. It's going to be interesting to see how Lexington Catholic reacts to the coaching change. You don't see that very often, a coaching change in the middle of the season. So we'll see, do they come out fired up? Do they come out disappointed? We'll see how that works out.
So he counts 1-1 to the leadoff hitter, left fielder Griffin Cameron, batting .373 on the season. That's pretty impressive for anybody, especially a sophomore.
Absolutely.
Off-speed pitch runs the count to 2-1. On deck for Lexington Catholic is J.D. Woodall. McCallum, 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back. The count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, glad you could join us here tonight. Great day for baseball. 70 degrees out according to my Apple phone. Partly cloudy. Can't get much better than that.
And I like the way McCallum attacked the zone right there. You don't want to walk the leadoff guy. And, Cameron does have 9 walks on the year, so you need to come at him.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So a good start for Scott County's Evan McCallum. First batter up. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on an outside fastball. 1 out, and that'll bring up J.D. Woodall.
And that should build his confidence for the rest of the game. Get a good hitter out, throwing strikes. I even thought the curveball that he threw on that 1-1 count was a good-looking pitch. Didn't get it, but still looked good. Another good curveball right there. That's outstanding.
Yep. First pitch strike to the senior center fielder, J.D. Woodall. Batting .283 on the year. Fastball popped up. Underneath of it is Chase Grigsby, the senior shortstop. Goes old school and uses both hands. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up the catcher, Colson Perry, the senior, batting .326. Scott County had a similar start last night with Connor Ramsey on the mound. He led off with back-to-back strikeouts. So hopefully tonight will be a little bit different because it was a long first inning for Scott County yesterday. But those are in the past, and Evan McCallum's just throwing strikes right here, isn't he?
He is, and I wonder, not having seen him throw this year, he's thrown out of the stretch completely. So I wonder if that's a change. Is it something where he feels more comfortable throwing strikes? Some pitchers do that. Usually you'll just see that out of, a relief pitcher, but he's
off-speed pitch hit on the screws, pretty good. Good jump out there by Campton Martin, and the center fielder runs it down. So a good start for the Cardinals, 3 up, 3 down. That makes it pretty easy for keeping score. It's no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. And through one half inning, Lexington Catholic's unable to score. We'll come back and see what the Cardinals can do. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. Toby Murray running the camera. Half an inning in the books. Scott County junior pitcher Evan McCallum off to a great start. He struck out the leadoff hitter, got a pop up to Chase Grigsby at center field. Colson Perry, the number 3 hitter, hit the ball on the screws, but a good jump there by Campton Martin out in short right center field, makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down on the Scott County side of things. Zane Patton, Chase Grigsby, Campton Martin, first 3 hitters. And again, looking at the starting pitcher for Lexington Catholic, the senior righty has pitched in 3 games, started one of those, only pitched 8.2 innings on the season, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those are earned, 9 walks, 6 strikeouts with a record of 1-1 and an ERA of 3.23. I know, Coach, your favorite stat is walk to strikeout ratios. His is probably a little bit flipped to where you want to see it.
It is, but, only having thrown 8 innings, you wonder, has he thrown a lot of JV games? Is this, just a matter of he gets his starts in the JV games and then comes in sometimes in the varsity? So it'll be interesting to see how he throws today late in the season. Is his arm fresh? And again, just like we've talked 1,000 times, throwing strikes is the most important thing.
So the legend, Bill Holland, walks into the ball game tonight. Everybody stops and stares. So we'll pause the game here just for a second to wait for him to get done signing autographs. So the leadoff hitter for Scott County, the senior catcher, Zane Patton, 324 first pitch, line drive up the middle. Good start on a nice base hit. First pitch, 1 hit. You can't do much better than that, can you, Coach?
No, you can't. And that wasn't a CNI hit. That was laced. See how Coach plays it here. Will he try to get a couple runs early, put down a bunt, or is he going to let the top of his order, ride with them and see if they can't get a crooked number in the bottom of the first?
So Chase Grigsby, the shortstop, batting .231 in the season, the senior. Hitting from the right side. Good lead over there by Patton at first. First pitch, taking ball 1. I'm telling you what, it must be Legends night. Look up, Derek Varney's in the crowd. I mean, Jesus, who else is going to show up tonight? We got Bill Holland, now we got Derek Varney. They must have heard that you were out here tonight, Scotty.
Yeah, that's what it was. You got to listen to Derek do some football this fall. I thought he did a great job.
Yes, he does. He's on my list of people to help out if we need it, and he always says yes. Strike the count, 1-1. So the count evens up to Chase Grigsby.
And so far, Edwards has been right there in the zone. So I wouldn't be shocked right here to see either a hit and run or putting a bunt down.
I'm doing the ball game, but what's up?
Strike on the outside part. So Edwards is doing nothing but throwing strikes right here. 1-2 count. We'll see what he comes with. Takes a look at the runner.
Right.
The pitch. Runner going. Boy, it's an outstanding throw, but he slid around the tag right there and is safe. Ball beat him. That is an unbelievable play by Zane Patton. The ball clearly beat him there. Did a great job of sliding around the tag. That has to be a disappointment for Lexington Catholic staff. Now you got the leadoff runner at second, nobody out. 2-2 count for Grigsby. Pitch. Well, they threw his hands up to say it was a foul ball. Yeah, they're going to bring him back. Bounced up and hit him in the box. The home plate umpire did not call that immediately, but the field umpire did. Brad Toy behind the plate, longtime umpire in the 11th region. Does a terrific job. So we're back to a 2-2 count. And Edwards looking over in the dugout. Now he's back on the rubber. Takes the signal. With the pitch. And that could be a double play. Patton was going. Catch by first baseman, and they double him up. And that's just a tough break for Scott County right there. He had that base stolen, read it, then you hit a pop-up in the infield and you get doubled up instead of having a guy at third base. You can see the frustration on Grigsby's face too, because he knew his teammate had third base stolen.
Yep, unfortunately nothing you can do right there. And again, you'd like to see it. It's easier sitting up here to do it, but you'd like to see that Grigsby saw the jump he had and laid off that pitch, but he couldn't really do it. And there you go, Canton Martin, first pitch swinging, ball deep to left field. Underneath of it is Griffin Cameron. But again, Grigsby can't really take the pitch because
with two
he's got two strikes on it.
He's got to protect, yep.
So 3 up, 3 down, a little bit uncharacteristic right there to get 3 up, 3 down, but nevertheless, in the books, it's 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals as well. So Scott County, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. So 3-1 complete. Both teams are at 0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching high school baseball on the best place to watch it. That's the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
Welcome back to the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. And again, very uneventful first inning for both teams. Lexington Catholic has no hits, no errors. Scott County on the board with 1 hit. So the inning recap is sponsored by Scott County Physical Therapy and Dr. Rob Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. And again, tough break there for the Cardinals, wasn't it, Scotty?
It was. You had a chance to get a guy at third base with, at the worst, 1 out. Because he clearly had that base stolen, timed it up perfectly. But we talked about it. Chase had to protect, and I think he was just trying to hit a ground ball to the right side and just got under it a little bit. And when you're sliding into third to be able to try to get back up and get all the way back to second on a ball that's just hitting the infield, it's awful difficult. And the first baseman made a nice play right there.
So Scott County has to regroup, and that starts with the pitcher, Evan McCallum. Had a great first inning, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Threw strikes, which is what you like to see. Attacked the zone with a fastball, and like I said, in high school baseball, if you can throw strikes, that is just such a, you wouldn't think it would be, but it is. You just see so many walks.
Yep.
And he comes right there again with a fastball for a strike. I love what I'm seeing out of him today.
Yep, first pitch strike. And again, he's pretty much averaging almost a strikeout per inning on the season. Off-speed pitch, he knew that was coming. He hits underneath of it. On the run out there is Andrew Wilhite. He's at the fence and makes the catch.
That's 2 deep fly balls we've just seen back-to-back.
Yeah.
And I thought, actually, off the bat, I thought both of them were going to be home runs, and then they went back to the fence and caught it.
Yep. Isaac Milburn, pretty much he knew that off-speed pitch was coming, and he was ready to go on it.
Yeah, he's set on it.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Carson Caudle, batting 160 on the season from the right side. Off-speed pitch, taken. I thought that was a strike.
It was a strike.
If Brad would just turn around and look at us, we could help him out all night long, couldn't we?
In my coaching days, I told him all the time. So.
Ball just inside the bag. So the first hit of the ball game for Lexington Catholic. That's Carson called a stand-up double for the Knights.
That's just perfect placement right there. Chop the ball down the line. It hits over the bag and skips into that left field area and got a double out of it, but that's a nice job.
Yep. Like Coach Ward always says, they practice too, right?
That's exactly right.
So now the right fielder, Colt Thomas, the senior, batting .279 from the left side. Third left-hander of the ball game for the Knights. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
You know you're going to give up some hits here and there when you're throwing strikes, but that's okay. It keeps the defense engaged. If you're throwing strikes, they know on every pitch the ball may be hit to me, and then they're going to hit it at your defenders more times than not.
Fastball right down the middle. 0-2.
We'll see what he comes with here. I have a feeling he's going to go fastball away instead of a curveball, but he's thrown 2 straight fastballs. I'm not sure he'll come back here with a curve.
We'll see if you're right.
Yep. Fastball low. Yeah, trying to get him to chase. And now here he may try to backdoor him, or he may even go fastball letter high. My guess is he'll come with a curveball away and then come fastball letter high and try to get him to chase.
Well, I'll tell you in about 2 minutes if you're right or not. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt, gets past Patton, and easily over to third base on the wild pitch.
And he just
Carson Carter.
Yeah, he just tried to be a little too fine right there, but he's still up in the count. 2-2 here. Still a pitcher's count right here, and I think he'll come with a high fastball and just see if he can catch up with it.
You know, Carter's job is to get the ball on the ground on the right side, get around him. Fastball just inside. The count evens up. Goes full. 3-2.
Yeah, it's a good-looking pitch right there. I'm surprised he laid off of it. And I won't be shocked here if he comes with a curveball.
3-2 pitch, fastball right down the pipe. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the ball game for Evan McCallum. That'll bring up a third baseman, Ty Ham, hitting with 2 outs and the runner at third base. Knights fans are hoping he can do some damage right here and get them on the board. As currently we're scoreless. First pitch swinging, line drive in the 6 hole.
And you don't hang him for hitting in the 7 hole, Mike. Hitting 286, 2 doubles and a triple, a junior. You know, he looked very comfortable in there right there, striking the baseball.
So the first run of the ball game in the books for Lexington Catholic. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Baylor Woodall. The second baseman hitting 227, takes ball 1. Think about it, Ty here, he hit that one in the screws, didn't he?
He did, yeah. That wasn't cheap. There was just a, hey, I know you're over there. You never want to give your best move on the first one.
So an RBI single off the bat of Ty Ham with 2 outs. Scores Carson Carter, the designated hitter, who led off with a double. That pitch taken as a strike. The first base run over there was way off. Nobody saw him. I'd like to see Joseph Garrison yelling a little bit over there.
Yeah, Patton's got to be on his toes here. My guess is with 2 outs, they'll try to get him in scoring position with a steal.
Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way. Fastball popped up. Paul Garner underneath of it. Campton Martin's calling him off. And Campton Martin catches about 2 steps on the backside of the dirt. So a long run there by the Scott County center fielder, but he wanted to take charge. Paul Garner let him have it. So that's the 3rd out of the inning, but the damage is done in the inning. Lexington Catholic has 1 run. That's an earned run. on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 1 runner on base. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching high school basketball on the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Funny story about that.
Welcome back to the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scott Sutton. We go to the bottom of the second inning here. Scott County trying to even it up here as they find themselves down early, 1-0.
We were talking about Martin right there coming in so far. Really, the second baseman was camped under it, but he called him off, which a lot of times you want the outfielders to do if they can. But he came all the way almost into the dirt to make that catch. It reminded me of a time when we were playing Scott County and had a chance to beat them here on this first pitch. And had runners on second and third with 2 outs in the last inning, and we hit a pop-up to the right side of the pitcher's mound over by the first base area. And Scott County had a third baseman that was their senior leader, and he charges all the way over from and is calling the ball, before he even gets there. I'm thinking, he's going to drop this, we're going to win. I think he ran over the pitcher and went all the way over and made the catch anyway. I couldn't believe it because I was hoping he was going to drop it, But sometimes those leaders, they just have it in their mind. That's what they're going to do.
Yep, and again, good recognition by Paul Garner right there. He just said, look, I know this is my ball. I'm taking it.
Right.
And that's where the miscues happen. So 3-0 pitch is right down the pipe, taken all the way. Was Scott County's designated hitter, Luke Colvin, batting .270 on the season. Fastball high, free pass.
And that's a good at-bat. You don't get anything in the first 3 pitches. He came with a fastball down the gut on that 3-0, but he said, okay, I'm going to make you throw it again, and he didn't. And now you got a runner on, and that's what you got to have to score. You got to have runners on and then get them in the scoring position and then let your hitters go from there.
So now batting is Jackson Saylor. Or Saller, the left fielder. Batting .240 on the season is the junior. Luke Colvin over at first base, the free pass, bunting for a base hit right there. He's making the first baseman charge, and with the speed of Jackson right there, nothing he could do.
Nothing he could do. I think that's a base hit. He dropped it before he could get there, but I think Saylor was going to beat that out. That was an outstanding bunt.
So the second hit of the ball game for Scott County. Colvin advances down to second base.
And I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Wilhite bunt the ball right here.
Yeah, and pretty much he was trying to sack, but he'd had his mind made up. He was pushing that.
Yeah.
Forced the first baseman to come in. I think the first baseman knew he didn't have much time with the speed of Saller. There's another bunt, great bunt right there.
Yeah,
the pitcher can't get to it. And again, the third baseman has to make his mind up quickly. He decided to stay. So I'm going to get back-to-back base hits for Scott County. That's their third one. So back-to-back bunts, and you can't be happy if you're Lexington Catholic right there. They're giving you an out. But again, both bunts were perfectly executed.
They were, and they made Catholic go get it. That's such a tough play for that pitcher, because if you're going to let your third baseman stay to try to get that out, then that means the pitcher has to bounce off the mound, field it, and try to get the out. The funny thing is right there is I thought that was the only play that the pitcher had, but when he was going to get the ball, he was clearly looking at first the whole time, so he wasn't even thinking about going to third.
Right.
Well, if you're not going to think about going to third, then let your third baseman come in and charge and make the play at first, and that way at least you have an out.
Yeah, I'm like you. It's almost he had to flip the field and think about getting a forced play at third base. But once he did that,
he had no shot at throwing him out at first. His only play was at third, and I thought he might just come up and flip it. But was looking at first the whole way.
Scott County puts the pressure on with Jackson Saylor, Saller, and the speed of Andrew Wilhite. Pop up into the infield. They're going to call an infield fly as the second baseman, Baylor Woodall, underneath of it pretty easily. So Scott County with bases loaded. Paul Garner unable to come through. So the first out of the inning.
And that's a tough break for Paul. He's thinking one thing, I'm going to hit it to the right side, I'm going to score this runner, and that's about the only thing you can't have right there. A ground ball scores him, a fly ball scores him, but a pop-up to second obviously didn't get the job done, and you could see his frustration as he's going back to the dugout.
So now batting the junior third baseman, Aiden Lopez. He was our People's Bank player of the game last night. Had a couple of hits. First pitch swinging, ground ball. Shortstop has to make the play. DeGraff over to Woodall.
And I tell you, they called him safe there, and the Catholic crowd doesn't like it. I thought he was safe, but the problem was that he seemed to be hesitant in making the call. As that umpire, you've got to sell it, whether you call him out, call him safe, you got to sell it. And he hesitated, and I think that's why they were upset with it.
Okay. So fielder's choice right there. No error on the play. So Scott County able to tie the ball game up. It's 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Run out. The base is still full. We got Solo over at third. Will Hyde at second. Lopez at third. And the first baseman, Joseph Garrison, hitting 188 on the season. A chance right here. Base hit with the speedy runners out there. Chance to score 2 runs. First pitch fastball, a little bit high.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking one thing here. I've got to, get the ball in the outfield, at least score 1 run. That's what you're looking for.
Correction, the count is 2-0. Foul tip off the catcher. And the count goes to 2-1.
That was a good hack right there. He was right on it, just fouled it straight back. Most hitting gurus will tell you if you foul a ball straight back, that means you were all over it.
Yes, it does. So 2-1 count here, 1 out in the bottom of the second. Scott County had the bases full. 2-1 pitch goes to ball 3. And again, Connor Edwards has to find the zone right here.
I was just going to say this is a huge, because if you walk him here and they go up 2-1 with the top of the order coming back around, you're running into trouble.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, fastball outside corner. He put a little hump on that one. That come flying off.
And I don't mind that at all by Garrison either. Hey, I'm going to make you come with two strikes here. We'll see what he comes with.
Payoff pitch is on its way. Fastball high.
And that's why I was just saying right there, he's been struggling a little bit with his balls and strikes, and yes, he came with the strike there and made it 3-2, but you got to love that at-bat by Garrison right there. I thought that was outstanding.
Yep, so an RBI. Lopez heads down to second. Sawler touches the plate and heads over to take a breather. So an RBI for Joseph Garrison. I would ask you a stat question. Do you give Lopez an RBI on the fielder's choice?
I don't think so. But that's a Kenny Bourne question right there. We'll have to text him.
Yep. I think you do, because the run scores. Once he makes the decision to go to the fielder's choice, would you give him an RBI? I'm going to give him an RBI. I'm a nice guy. I'm not nice on most people. Give me credit for it, but regardless of that, we'll save that discussion once we get a couch. But leading off, back up to the leadoff hitter, Zane Patton. Takes 2 balls, and right here, Connor Edwards struggling finding the zone right here as the bases are loaded.
So far, I'm loving this at-bat by Patton, because his first at-bat, he just drives the ball straight up the middle with a seed. You think he might be overly aggressive, but he wasn't. 2 balls, okay, I'm not going to swing at this. I'll make you throw me a strike.
Pitch, line drive, just foul. He hit that one on the screws.
I don't think Brad ever saw that, but Coach Willis in the market. I'm going to have to give Brad a hard time on that one. That ball was scorched. Zane's got to be disappointed there. Hit the ball hard twice, got a hit first time up there. He absolutely hit a bullet down the line. They called it foul, and then he chases a curveball when he could have run it to 3-2. He's going to be disappointed in that.
First strike of the ball game, second out of the inning for Scott County. And now it's up to Chase Grigsby. The shortstop popped up to the first baseman. First play of the double play. Or the first out of the double play is the first baseman. Isaac Miller makes the play, flips it over to McGrath, who was able to double up Zane Patton as he was stealing on the play, sliding in third, and didn't have enough time to get all the way back to second.
And this is a huge at-bat for Scott County. You got bases juice with 2 outs. You know, Catholic obviously wanting to get out of it right here with nothing else, but man, it would go a long way if he could get a hit.
So the count goes to 2-1 on the senior Chase Grigsby. Getting a little bit of encouragement from some fans up here. It's just outside, and the count goes 3-1. So advantage Scott County. Connor Edwards having a little bit of trouble with the hat staying in.
He's pretty frustrated. He's had 2 balls right on the black that were called balls. I mean, they were close. They could have gone either way.
So a free pass to Chase Grigsby. Third walk of the inning. With the third run of the inning as well. So Lopez goes to third. Garrison goes out to second. And an RBI credited to Chase Grigsby. So 3 runs in. Scott County with the early lead, 3-1. You're 2 outs. And Campton Martin, the 9th hitter of the inning, gets the ball to the first, past the first baseman. Picking it up is Bailey Woodall. Unable to get it, so an E4 on the play allows another run to score for Scott County. Grigsby advances to second. Aiden Lopez is able to score the 4th run of the inning for Scott County. Joseph Garrison over at third base, so Campton Martin puts the ball in play. Once it gets past Isaac Milburn, Baylor Woodall didn't have much time. He tries to pick it up real quick, drops it once, and with that being done, Campton Martin able to show off his wheels and beat out the throw. First pitch to Luke Colvin, who led the inning off with a walk. And Coach, how many times have you seen the leadoff walk score and then the floodgates open a little bit?
Yeah, it's we talked about it last weekend. You know, my old coach used to say you get the first out, you're halfway there. But if you give up a leadoff walk, it just seems like it comes back and bites you every time.
So the unofficial ruling from Ken Bourne. If there's a stats question you need to know about any sport, he can pretty much give you a definitive answer. There's a hard shot by Luke Colvin out to center field. Underneath of it and diving at the last minute is J.D. Woodall to make the last out of the inning, but Scott County able to do some damage as they are able to plate 4 runs on 3 base hits and leave 2 runners on. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Town means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screens. You'll watch the game. We'll make the munchies like our signature pizzas and home-cut potato chips. Galvin's on Main Street next to the courthouse. Join us on Facebook for all the latest Galvin's action.
So again, welcome back. 2 innings in the books. Looking at your inning recap, sponsored by Scott County Physical Therapy and Dr. Rob Emerson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Lexington Catholic through 2 innings. 1 run on 2 hits. Scott County, as we go to the top of the 3rd, they were able to score 4 runs that last inning on only 2 hits. 1 Lexington Catholic error. So Scott, 2 innings in the books. What's your thoughts?
Well, I love, what our man McCallum is doing for the Cardinals. I mean, he's throwing strikes, and when you throw strikes, you're going to get people out. After this one batter, they're going to turn back around and see him for a second time, but I hope he just keeps attacking the plate. When you attack the plate, then your defense stays engaged, and like we've said, they're going to hit some balls at your defense. They may score a run or two. That's okay. Just don't let it be a huge inning, just like it was last inning for Scott County.
First pitch hit in the 6 hole for a base hit. So Max DeGraff gets past the left fielder, so we'll see where he winds up. He's going for third. Fowler lets the ball get underneath of him, so we're going to get a leadoff single in the 6 hole. And then we're going to get a 2-base error on the left fielder. Lets the ball get past him. So let's add the third hit of the ball game to the scoreboard. And then we'll add an error for Scott County. And just like that, Lexington Catholic with a runner at third base, no outs, and that'll go back to the top. First pitch inside to the left fielder, Griffin Cameron. And again, special thanks and a shout out to Lee Ann Clark and Ken Bourne and WL staff. They've been around a long time.
They sure have.
Unfortunately, I've been around with them. So,
great people.
Again, we got the official call from Ken Bourne. That is an RBI on that fielder's choice. And speaking of that, Sam Sutton, the pitching coach, out from the dugout. Has to make you proud to see your coach or your son kind of following your footsteps, doesn't it?
It really is, and he loves it. He loves the game. He's doing this for Coach Willard, and he's also coaching the summer league team. And what I really like about it is when he comes home and we discuss things and he talks to me about it and what would you have done in this situation, and that does really make me proud.
Yeah, but especially, the job you have now setting up here with me, you haven't made a mistake in about 3 ball games now.
At least. It's been great.
I keep waiting for you to show up full uniform, set up here and really start coaching. You have to set up on the third base side. And
I haven't thrown my hat one time.
So Max DeGraff leads off with a single, a 2-base error by the left fielder for Scott County. Now we're back to the top of the lineup with DeGraff over at third. Count 2 balls, 1 strike to the Knights' leadoff hitter. Swing and miss. That was a little bit of a defensive swing right there, wasn't it?
I think he was expecting a curveball and just kind of waved at it. Now, he got him on a fastball away his first at bat. Be interesting to see if he comes with a curveball here.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, fastball. In the 6 hole, outside the reach of the diving Paul Garner. Real high up with it. So an RBI single. 4. Catholic, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Cameron he struggled with that outside fastball, and that time he got too much of the plate. It was intermid, and he just turned on it and, was able to get it in the 4 hole. So I think Scott County staff would have liked to have seen him go away again with that because he was not doing well with that pitch.
So an RBI for Griffin Cameron. J.D. Woodall trying to get hit with that pitch right there. I don't remember doing that much when we were playing in younger. I don't think we had the tenacity or strength or what to stand in there. I remember dodging.
We were diving and wiping the dirt off.
Yes.
But we didn't have those arm guards or anything like that,
Yeah.
There's no telling what those helmets were made of at that point. It was a long time ago, isn't it?
Did you wear helmets back then? Pick-off move. Just to let him know he's there. And it's kind of radical, but I feel like if you're wearing all that protective equipment and you get hit on that equipment, it should be for your protection, but it just should be a ball.
This should be a ball?
Yeah. If you want to hit by pitch, you can't have any equipment on when you get hit. Line drive, fouled out of play.
Even if you get hit in the helmet, is that?
The helmet's okay.
You should get.
But if you got the elbow guard,
yeah. All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So if you get one in the ear hole, we'll let them have first.
Yeah. Well, that'd probably be too controversial.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Cameron go here, their leadoff hitter. I'm sure he's got good speed.
Fastball high. Wild pitch. Advances the runner. I think Zane Patton was looking for something a little bit low there.
Yeah.
So the count goes 2-2 to the number 2 hitter, J.D. Woodall. The center fielder batting .283, flew out to Grigsby. That's shortstop in the first inning for the second out. Here's the 2-2 curveball. Rolls over the strike zone. Count goes full, 3-2. So again, we talked about it with Connor Edwards. Once you get that runner on, things change a little bit.
It does. I'd like to see him come back with another curveball here. You got a base open. Don't want to let him just sit on a fastball. But he stayed with it.
So a wild pitch, a hit batter. We'll have J.D. Woodall, the center fielder. He almost got hit a couple of times. And that one right there, that's perfect. He should get a hit pitch right there. He got hit right in the back. You know, no doubt about it. Didn't hit his sleeve or didn't hit his loose jersey, so give him a free pass. And we'll pass it back to Colson Perry. Flew out to Campton Martin. Hit the ball pretty hard the first time up. Campton Martin just got a pretty good jump on it.
Yeah.
Caught it out towards right center field.
And Perry having the best, you know, he's hitting .326 with 5 doubles, so he's certainly a gap hitter.
First pitch, strike call. And this is what gives you great here as a coach. Your team comes in and gives you 4 runs, spots you a 4-run lead.
Yeah.
And then you look up and you got back-to-back singles, and then after that, a little bit pressing, and then you wind up hitting the next batter.
Yeah.
So 1 run in, runners at first and second. Count evens up at 1-1. One curveball, outside, ball 2.
That was a good pitch. I'm surprised he didn't chase it, but you're not hitting in the 3-hole for Catholic if you're not a good hitter.
Now Catholic ruled it down for them this year at 10-10.
They are, but you know how it is, Lexington baseball, man, when you're playing that kind of schedule, it's brutal.
Line drive on the jump is Saylor. Good play out there.
Sure was. Terrific catch right there. I thought for sure that was a gap, and he laid out and made the catch, and that is a huge play in this inning.
Yes, it is. First out of the inning for Scott County. Jackson making up for that boo-boo out in left field.
Well, he's got great speed. We saw that on that bunt earlier, and he was getting down the line.
So Isaac Milburn, the first baseman, flew out to real high deep in right field the first time up. And he wasn't fooled at all on that curveball. Lets that one go for a strike call.
You're right. Interesting. They started him with a curve there, so we'll see what they come back with. My guess is, though, if they're going to throw him a fastball, it'll be away after the way he drove that first pitch. He does have 5 home runs on the year, so excellent power. There's that. Right there is what we just talked about.
Yep. Foul ball down the left field line. Out of play into the bullpen at Scott County. Hopefully nobody is warming up out there.
And right here, Mike, I'd like to see High Cheddar. He might be expecting a curveball, but let's just see if he chases something. You know, a lot of times these big-time home run hitters, will, you know, they see it and it looks so big and they might not be able to catch up with it. I'd like to see a fastball letter high.
So we count 1 and 2, and here it comes. Fastball low. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Glad you could join us here.
I'd still come back with it. I'd make him chase a pitch right here.
Off-speed pitch, and the count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes. pace of the game slowed down quite a bit here in this inning, it seems like. Strike 3 called.
Catholic fans didn't like that.
Yep. But I can tell you, Brad Tolley's been around a long time. He heard it all, and he probably didn't pay very much attention to it.
He's probably got earplugs in right now.
So we got the call it both ways, if you want to start keeping the baseball cliches. So 2 outs in the inning. First pitch swinging is Carson Carter to Grigsby, over to Garner just in time to get out of the inning. So Scott County didn't get a good start there. First 3 runners get on with a single, 2 singles, and a hit by batter. But Scott County is able to get out of it on the fielder's choice as Grigsby is able to get the force out to Paul Garner at second for the 3rd out of the inning. And Scott County dodges a bullet as they lead 4-2. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the bottom of the 3rd inning and see what the Cardinals can do. You're watching High School Sports on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Oh, Jackson.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. And again, Jackson Saylor out in left field. Kind of misplayed that, as it's easy to do every now and then. Allows the runner to get to third base. He winds up scoring, but Jackson Saylor makes a great play out there in left field.
He really did. That was a huge play. If that ball gets in the gap, they held them to 1 run right there. If that ball gets in the gap, you're looking at a crooked number in the worst way.
So Scott County, as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, they'll lead off with Jackson Saylor, then Andrew Wilhite and Paul Garner. So Scott County sent 10 runners to the plate in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Luke Colvin started that and then made the last out of the inning.
And Jackson had a beautiful bunt last time, pushing that ball to the right side.
First pitch swinging right over our head. It's amazing that more cars haven't been hit.
It really is.
Here at Charlie Sutton Field, isn't it?
Especially as they're driving by. Every now and then you'll see some in the parking lot. But
off-speed pitch. I tell you what, every time I drive by, I kind of time it. I'm coming around by the tennis courts, and I try to make sure that I gun it as soon as I hear the ball hit the mitt, and then I'm speeding. Just kidding, I don't speed. But I do try to time it, and I try to get out past foul ball territory by the time the pitcher throws the next pitch. 2 balls. That'll be 3 balls to Jackson Saylor, hitting 240 on the season.
And I'm just the opposite, Mike. When I'm playing golf, I'll make sure the car goes by before I tee off.
Well,
I don't want to hit it.
The world evens itself out.
Yeah, it's
sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the ball, right? So a free pass to Jackson Saylor.
When I'm on hole number 2 at Canewood, I am making sure no cars are coming so I don't hook that.
Well, Scotty, I'm going to say something here, and don't take this the wrong way, but if you're worried about hitting the car on the hole number 2 at Canewood, you might need to hit from the other side or something. That's a pretty bad slice.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
But I'm right there. I'm in no danger of being on the tour.
Swing and a miss by Andrew Wilhite. And then I'm assuming when you go to hole number 3 there, you're pretty much going to get
hit it in the water.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably played that hole 200 times, and I've hit it in the water 199.
So lately, you just kind of save the ball and just drop, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And don't take that extra penalty shot either. So back to baseball. Andrew Wilhite 0-2 in the count. Saylor over at first base. Wilhite ducks underneath that one.
Well, I'll tell you, Edwards, that's the first ball that I've seen that just jumped out of his hand. That had some juice to it.
Yeah. He's a little bit of frustration on that pitch.
Yeah.
Sailor's off on the pitch, foul ball. Off the bat of Andrew Wilhite, so Sailor have to make the quick 90-foot jump back to first base, being held on over there by Isaac Milburn and Andrew Wilhite. Base hit on a bunt to third, or towards third. There the ball gets away. Yeah. Sailor sliding in safely.
He hesitated a little bit, but that's a long way to that right field fence.
I'm going to let you do it since you've not been wrong. Error on who there?
I think that's an error on the first baseman. I thought that was a pretty good throw. I think he was just trying to get the tag down fast, and it nicked off his glove.
I agree with you right there. So the second error of the ball game for Lexington Catholic. Now Wilhite has to get him to third. Something unique right here. Wilhite likes hitting the ball to left field. The shortstop's holding the runner on, so big hole between short and third right here for the junior right fielder. The 2-2 pitch inside, and the count goes full.
Catholic does have a lefty warming up in the pen. I can't quite see his number. Our cameraman Toby Murray's got way better eyes than us. Maybe he can get that number for us and let us know. But he's been throwing up, or excuse me, he's been throwing for a while.
Swing and a miss. Wilhite unable to advance the runner. So a strikeout in the books. That's the second strikeout of the ball game for Connor Edwards. First out of the inning.
And you know, Mike, we were talking about how Edwards seemed to, he was throwing a little bit harder. Sometimes you look over and you see somebody warming up and you kind of get mad and you start bringing that juice.
Yep. I was that pitcher in high school. I never had a chance to get in, but I was that one to fire up the starting pitcher to go out to the bullpen and warm up.
Coach just did that on purpose, didn't he?
Yep.
Richie, go warm up.
Yep. It's like, I think we need to get the starting pitcher, get a little more serious. Richie, get up. So Paul Garner, the second baseman, popped up to Baylor Whittle in the second inning for the first out for Scott County. One out here, Jackson Saylor. Foul ball off the dugout at first base. Coach Smith over at the first base box doing a good job of ignoring it and trying to make a play. Just gets out of the way.
Terry does a great job for the Cardinals.
Yes, he does. Another Mike Whitaker disciple.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us around that are Mike Whitaker related via Harrison County Baseball.
He's been doing it a long time. You don't win. What did he just get to break the record? 1,100, I think?
Something like that. It was a long-time battle between Coach Whitaker. Saylor off on the jump, gets a good jump, the throw to third. Not in time. So a stolen base for Jackson.
He's got great speed. Here's where Paul's got to do a job here. He's got to get a ground ball to the right side, shorten up, make sure this run gets in. They're playing back.
1-2 pitch, and the Catholic fans are a little frustrated right there. So is Connor Edwards. He takes the hat off right there, takes a deep breath. You got to be careful not to show up the umpire right here.
You do. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. Count goes 2-2.
But I can understand the frustration. He's been, his catcher is lining up a little bit out, but those look like terrific pitches.
Off-speed pitch, line
big hit.
Down the left field line. Fair ball. So Saylor's going to score. Paul Garner's off to the races with a stand-up double.
And that's a great job by Paul. But I tell you, Mike, as a former pitcher, it always seems to work like that. When you think you've had a guy struck out, and you don't get that call, and then on the next pitch they hit a double.
So the fourth hit of the ball game for Scott County.
Stop giving them 5 strikes.
That's funny. Until I got into coaching and whatnot, I just heard a comment, saying don't be a homer. And I'm thinking, all these guys are 11th region umpires, so they may be working at Lexington Catholic tomorrow night. You know, it's funny. They think that Scott County or wherever you're at, you know, that they get certain umpires, and that's just not the case. There's an association, and they're assigned by the assigning secretary for the 11th region, and you have no idea who's coming until that day.
And what's funny is he might be at Catholic tomorrow, and the visiting team will call him behind the
Absolutely, they absolutely will, yes.
So one out here. Aiden Lopez flips it into center field, over the shortstop's head. On the run is Paul Garner. The throw at home is off line, and Lopez is able to head on in to second base on the throw, so single RBI to righty. To short left center field for Aiden Lopez, scores Scott County's 6th run of the ball game. And that'll bring the coach for Catholic out of the dugout. We'll see what he does right here. And again, you can see by the actions of Connor Edwards, he's still not very happy, is he?
No, he's not. And he's frustrated, and you can understand that. And he's had some tough luck out there. But also, Scott County's also hit the ball hard. So nobody wants to go out in the 3rd inning when you're a starting pitcher. And he's giving a little look to the umpire right now, and he's still giving a little look. And Brad, pretty easygoing guy, so he didn't do anything. But I tell you what, I know some 11th region umpires that even if you look at them wrong, they'll might run you.
So Matthew Poe, the new hitter for our new pitcher for Lexington Catholic, wearing number 17.
Big, tall lefty.
We'll see if we can get some stats for him. It's a junior. So let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll find some stats for the new pitcher for Lexington Catholic. As Connor Edwards' day is done, he left not a happy man. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Dick Stockton here. I've been announcing sports for over 40 years, and I know a winning team when I see one. Greens Toyota of Lexington has what it takes to win, which is why Greens is Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer 2 years running. Family owned for over 40 years, Greens strives to give excellent customer service and best value for the dollar. No matter what department, parts, service, or sales, Greens continues to move forward doing business the right way every day. Be a part of Greens' winning team. Greens Toyota. Great people, great cars. Think green.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com. You see the lefty, Matthew Poe, the junior, and coach looking at his stats, what are they for the season?
Well, he's thrown 10 innings. He's given up 4 earned runs, 6 walks, but 10 strikeouts, 2.71 ERA. Like I said, he's a big, tall, lanky left-hander, and so it'll be interesting to see how he comes in a tough situation. But looks like he's got that big loopy curveball from the left side. If he's throwing that for a strike, it's very difficult to hit. Anytime you see a lefty, but of course we're seeing them a lot more than we used to, Mike.
Yep. Again, during the ball game last night, we were talking about the term crafty used with left-handers.
Yeah.
Chris Wilhite, first time I ever heard it, he said a right-hander was crafty.
Is that right?
Yes, and he was right.
Right.
So I thought I'd never seen it, but I did see it last night. So I saw my first crafty right-hander on the mound for Scott County last night. I think he called Chase Grigsby crafty.
Well, we saw last weekend over at Great Crossing, we saw a guy throwing a knuckle curve, and you consider him a little crafty.
Yes, we could. So the first batter being faced by Matthew Poe is going to be Joseph Garrison. The lefty rocks and fires. First pitch, swing and a miss.
That was a good pitch right there. Come in hard. It seemed like all we saw out of him in warm-ups was that curveball, but he came with the hard stuff there.
So Scott County was able to get 5 hits off of Mr. Edwards. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts will give you the final run totals as he's responsible for Aiden Lopez out at second base. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So he didn't waste much time.
He sure didn't. That was an outstanding job. Come in, 3 straight fastballs right down the gut.
So 2 outs in the inning. Now they go back up to the top. Zane Patton. And Zane probably still a little bit frustrated with his last at-bat right there as he unfortunately was able to chase the bad pitch and struck out. But he led off the ball game with a single right back up the middle.
Yes.
Or up the sheet as we call it.
He was inches away. That's just what you're talking about. That did get a call right in the side.
Yeah.
Inches away from being 2 for 2 on the day, and when that ball was called foul to come back and then strike out on the next pitch, you could see his frustration. But got a chance right here to, go 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI, and it would be a huge hit with 2 outs.
Unable to hold up right there on the high fastball. Ball towards as you went. And just like that, Zane Patton a little behind the count, 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Interesting, Poe almost has an open stance to get the signal from the catcher. Usually you'll point that shoulder right at the catcher, but he's actually wide open, and then he comes back to the closed stance.
0-2 pitch, outside.
And Brad's been consistent right there with that call. He's not giving the outside part, and just got to make that adjustment. We'll see how Poe handles not getting the call that he wanted. I think he'll come back with a curveball here. Yep.
Patton just staying alive right there. Make sure the crowd's alive over on the first base side.
When you've got a good pitch that a hitter has not seen, and you got 2 strikes on the guy, and you're in a tough situation, I'm bringing that pitch right here. And he has not seen the curveball yet, and he may, I know he's done well with this fastball, but if I'm Catholic, I'll bring this deuce.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball inside. You're going to hear the, I haven't heard just where it.
Well, that broke so late, I don't think he had time to even consider it.
Yep.
You could see him fighting it the whole way. It was like, is this going to be a strike? Do I have to swing? And then it, right at the last second, broke in right on him.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
And that's a heads-up play by Poe right there. You want to keep that guy close.
Yep.
Give your outfield a chance to make a play at home plate if there is a base hit right here.
Yeah, that last time they pretty much tell him, Paul Garner, if you want it, go ahead. Yeah, or Aiden Lopez, if you want it, go ahead and take 3rd. Fouled it off down the right side, foul.
Grigsby's battle, or excuse me.
So RBI double off the bat of Paul Garner and an RBI single off the bat of Aiden Lopez scores the 2 runs. And a great job as a leadoff hitter right here. Extending his bat. He was 0-2. Worked the count to 2-2, and he's fouled off 3 balls after that. So.
And now he has seen all the pitches. That was that big loopy curveball that we saw. Now, I did see Poe in warm-ups drop down and throw a curveball. It was almost a slider, so we'll see if he comes with that. Comes with the heat high. I think that's a good pitch. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised right here if you see a curveball. He's got a base open. Zane Patton is their best hitter. I'm making him hit my pitch right here. If he doesn't swing and it's a ball, so be it. You're at first. I'm going at the next guy. But how many times have we seen it? We saw it in the Kentucky softball game last night, and that girl from Alabama, Player of the Year, and she toasted them twice with home runs. It's tough. You do not want your best player to beat you.
Curveball just inside, and a free pass for Zane Patton. That's his first walk. Giving up 5th in the ball game.
What are you getting at, of squeezing him.
So the Catholic fans a little bit upset. And if I was a Catholic fan, I might be upset as well.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there. It was too close to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah. That's one of those pitches, whatever he calls it, he's probably going to get a little bit of grief.
Yeah.
So Chase Grigsby, 0 for 1 in the ball game, walked in the second inning. Flew out to Isaac Milton in the first. First pitch in the dirt. We'll see how Mr. Poe reacts to the unpleasantries and unsatisfaction with the home plate umpire. Kind of got the best of Connor Edwards there.
Yeah, I was seeing how young Matthew was, but he's a junior, and so he needs to understand he's still just 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
Pickoff move out at second. Lopez just underneath of it. Good heads-up play there by Colson Perry as he flips it out to second base. With the tag was Baylor Riddall, but Aiden Lopez back in safely.
And you could hear Catholic's coaches right there calming Matthew down, saying, hey, let's focus on the hitter. You're 1 out away. He's had great stuff. You know, he had a couple tough calls on that last at-bat, but he's done really well. So he's got to understand he can just come right back at him.
Thomas Fikert going into courtesy run. For Zane Patton, the catcher with 2 outs. Grigsby just a mistake swing right there, kind of a half swing. And the first baseman over there, Isaac Milburn, able to make the play, so Grigsby not very happy as he's unable to produce with runners in scoring position. So 3 outs in the inning, but Scott County on the inning were able to score 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 runners on base. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the top of the 4th. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Your health means everything. That's why we work to help keep you safe when you come to us for care. That's also why it's so important to not delay getting the care that you need. Whether it's an emergency, a checkup, or time for a screening like your annual mammogram, get the care that your health needs now, because your health means everything to us too.
Bears down on it.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. We're at Charlie Sutton Field, named after Scotty's father. Great ballpark. Scott County head coach Scott Willard and his staff have done a great job keeping this field up to date.
They really have.
Made a lot of enhancements.
Job, yes.
So 3 innings in the books. Looking at the line totals, Lexington Catholic 2 runs, 4 hits on 1 error. Scott County 6 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. So 3 innings in the book, Coach. What's your thoughts on the ball game up to this point?
Well, it's been a good. When Catholic got into troubles when they started walking some guys, and even though Catholic's got some hits, for the most part, McCallum has done a great job of throwing strikes, and therefore he's limited them right now to 2 runs, and I'll continue to say it. Those strikes, let your defense play, and so.
So the the offense answered and got him back that 4-run lead. And now, like you say, you don't need to strike everybody out. You don't need to be perfect. Just throw to contact and let your defense play. And I'll tell you what, you look at it, you get a pitcher that throws to contact. It's hard to get 4 runs unless without any free passes or anything like that.
Right, that's right. That's exactly right.
So the count's 1-1 to the right fielder, Cole Thomas, the senior, batting .279. Second strikeout of the ball game for Evan McCallum in his first attempt. Foul straight into the umpire. Zane Patton does what he's supposed to do. He's going to go out and talk to the pitcher, give the umpire, and that's a beautiful part of baseball right there. Those unwritten things that you see. And you can tell Zane Patton's a baseball player. He knew exactly what to do.
He knew exactly what to do. That's exactly right. You go out, you let the umpire have a break, talked to the pitcher here. And their hitter did the exact same thing. He just kind of started walking right up to the third base coach. Hey, we're going to let him have a break, and now we're ready to roll.
Good job right there. It's nice to see. That tells you that the baseball players on both teams in this instance right here, Colt Thomas and Zane Patton,
great sportsmanship by both of them.
Understand what happens in that situation. So the count's 1-2. Here's the McCallum 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back into the trees.
And I tell you, Mike, that he has had the most success when he throws that fastball on the outer half, which is a little up, and for whatever reason, these lefties are chasing it. And he went with that again, and he did a nice job. Oh, that's a beautiful backdoor curveball.
So strike 3 called on Mr. Thomas, the fourth strikeout of the ball game. Second one called. That'll bring up Ty Ham, batting .227, 1 for 1.
Yeah, he hit a rope last time in that 6-0.
Line drive into the 6-hole. Off-speed pitch. Goes over top or around the plate, one of the two.
Yeah, and I thought that was a good-looking pitch, too. But give Scott County credit. They said, okay, you ripped that first pitch last time. We're going to bring a deuce on you.
Fastball, foul tipped into the mix. Strike 1. The count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here at Charlie Sutton Field, Georgetown, Kentucky, high school baseball. Lexington Catholic making the short trip from Lexington, Kentucky to face the home team, Scott County Cardinals. That ball over top of the bag. Lackadaisical was Ty Ham, but eventually stand-up double. He's almost like he didn't really want that, did he? He was kind of jogging down to...
I think he saw the left fielder kind of doing the same thing, and I wonder if he thought, did he call it foul? Because everybody kind of seemed to be going half speed. I don't know if they didn't see the umpire give the call or what, but anyway, it was a good-looking hit. We've seen that twice now, that high chopper that goes right over the bag down the line.
Yep, so a good ball game for Ty Ham up to this point. He's 2 for 2. Now he has a stand-up double out at second base. Foul back. Baylor Woodall, the junior second baseman, flew out to Campton Martin. Really should have flew out to Paul Garner at second, but Campton Martin catches it about 2 steps into the dirt in right center field. So Lexington Catholic trying to make some noise here, down 6-2 to the home team, Scott County Cardinals. Off-speed pitch, strike call. And like we say, if you're really that upset with the umpire, they'll take your application and let you umpire as much as you want to, kind of a shortage. And I hate to see that because, they're out there trying to do their best.
It really has, and not just in baseball, really in all sports. They're struggling. I know as an athletic director that there has been times, as we see a fastball away, that I've been shocked where they actually told me, you need to reschedule this game for another night because we just can't find somebody to, whether it was soccer or basketball or whatever, and I never thought I'd see that day.
I thought maybe you were going to say you have a couple of umpiring shirts in your car in case you need it from the athletic director spot at Model. Step in there and help out and be a true homer, right?
Absolutely. I actually have done that a few times when I was in Harrison County. As the Parks and Rec director, and they let me know that I wasn't very good.
Yep.
So I gave that up real quick.
Yeah, I gave up my umpiring dreams. I was back in Harrison County again. I'll tell you that story after we see what this 2-2 pitch is with 1 out. Runner at second base. Fastball in the dirt. Scooped up by Zane Patton. But I was umpiring minor league at the time, 8-year-olds. And I was behind the plate just kind of learning, and this mom told her kid, basically, you take your bat and you hit that umpire upside your head. And, normally you just say, don't worry about it, but back in the day at Harrison County, it was possible. So I'm like, that was my last game I ever umpired. And I wasn't an adult. I was 13, 14 years old.
Right.
And she let her son know to pick that bat up and hit me upside the head. So my umpire career was over before it even started. Pickoff move to Garner. Diving back in was Ty Ham. Ball goes into center field, but Ty Ham.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Sutton go out and talk to McCallum right here. I mean, you're still fine. You haven't given up a run, but he's starting to get a little erratic. You're throwing to the bottom of the order. That was your 8-hitter that you just walked. And, hey, let's get back to throwing strikes and letting these guys play defense for you. They've done it all game.
First pitch, off speed to Max DeGraff. Had a single the third hit of the ball game.
Sure did.
In the 6-hole, first time up. This time he got runners in scoring position. Ty Ham led off with a double. Or had a one-out double, excuse me. Baylor Woodall with the free pass out at first base.
Oh, that's a double play ball.
Over Grigsby over to Garner. Garner. Ball wasn't quite hit hard enough. Grigsby did a good job getting it to him, and Garner does a great job out that second with his pivot play, but they're able to get the force, so fielder's choice in the books. 6-4 on the runner, Baylor Woodall, as he's forced out at second base. And they'll go back to the top of the lineup, and that'll be Griffin Cameron. 1 for 2 in the ball game, had an RBI single in the third, and struck out in the first. Hitting from the left side, batting .373 for Lexington Catholic. I think he leads them in hitting.
He does, yeah. He's .373, not only .373, but 9 walks, so he gets on base quite a bit. It'll be interesting to see right here if Lexington Catholic decides to steal here with first and third with 2 outs. What will Scott County do defensively? Will they throw through? Will they hold?
Pitch foul off the first base coach's head over there. Hopefully he's okay. Didn't have much heat on it, but...
And, with Cameron, the first time up, they were throwing that fastball away, and he was kind of waving at it. And then they threw him a hard ball inside that he ripped in the 4-hole right there. He turned on a ball. I would think that they would want to stay on the outer half right here.
There's a runner they're going to go through with it. Grigsby with the tag.
And he's a good throw.
Wow, miscue out there. He kind of slid and stood up and was about 1.5 feet from the bag. So Zane Patton with good reaction out there. They didn't hesitate, and they're able to get the runner out, stealing before the runner scores. And the first base coach for Lexington Catholic kind of talking to the young man right there. So if you're scoring the books, 2-6 with the third out of the inning. So Lexington Catholic strands a leadoff double and a free pass as they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and strand with 1 runner left on base. So we'll come back for the bottom of the 4th. You're watching high school baseball here on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Skierman, agency manager at the Scott County Farm Bureau Insurance, would like you to know that as your local insurance agent, he is right here in your community, ready to help you with all your insurance needs. In the event of a loss, you can count on Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance to help you through it. We have local claims adjusters to serve you at your time of loss. We are knowledgeable about our community and can provide valuable assistance and advice when needed. Call the office today at 502-863-2454 for a free, no obligation quote. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with Scott Sutton. Toby Murray run the camera for us. We're here going into the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-2 is your score. And, Coach, you can't be happy if you're Lexington Catholic right there. They had a 1-out double, and then they had a fielder's choice on a walk, and then get a runner thrown out with runners on the corner right there.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity there to score. And with the top of the lineup up, I think that's your most frustrating thing.
Right.
You've got your best hitter up, and you just run yourself out of an inning. You want to give him a chance, to hit a ball in the gap. And having said that, though, that was just a terrific play by Zane Patton. I mean, the kid couldn't have known he was going to come up and throw a dime right to second base. So
leading off for Scott County as we go into the bottom of the 4th inning is the center fielder, Campton Martin. 0 for 2 in the ball game, flew out to left field to Griffin Cameron, and also an error, reached on the error by the second baseman. His second time up, swings through that one, foul tip, strike 1. So 6-2 here as we go into the bottom of the 4th inning. Scott County able to score 4 runs in the second, came back and scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. That forced a pitching change. Connor Edwards, a little bit frustrated with the umpire, exits the ball game, and Matthew Poe in the ball game since then. He came in with 1 out in the 3rd inning.
Heads up. And, you know, Campton looks relaxed in there. He's a terrific athlete. Looks like he can explode on the baseball. The first at-bat, when he hit the ball deep to left, he really just sort of reached out, and the fact that it went that far says how strong he is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You can tell he's got that football strength.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. As Phil Sims used to say, he's country strong.
So the 1-2 pitch. He gets that a ton out the right center field. A good jump out there by J.D. Woodall.
Beautiful play.
And a diving catch. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get the jump, he was almost moving before the ball even left the bat.
Yeah.
So great play out there by J.D. Woodall, the center fielder for Lexington Catholic.
And that's the kind of play that, you know, when you're down 6-2 in the bottom of the fourth, that you may not give that. I mean, it's a shame that you could say that, but he ran that ball down, dove, made a great catch, and that keeps your team in it. You know, you go down here 8-9-2, it's a completely different story. Especially, let's be honest, when you're playing 30 games and, you know, sometimes you get down 9-2, it's okay, we got tomorrow. But that keeps you in the ball game with a great catch.
So 1 out, first pitch is high to Luke Colvin, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Walked and scored to start off the second inning, and then flew out for the last out of the second inning, as Scott County was able to send 10 batters to the plate. There you go. He dismissed that one. He throws it straight back.
Yep. And I've been impressed with Poe. He has come in and done a nice job. It's just a change of pace. Sometimes you get a change of pace. They don't have to come in and throw 90. They can. It's just a different look that can kind of get the hitters off balance a little bit.
Kind of changed his motion there a little bit. Kind of paused with that leg kick, which was inside, ball 2. I like Matthew Poe. He's kind of changing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he pauses with the leg kick. Sometimes he kind of paused right there before he started the leg kick. Kind of changing things up right here. The 3-1 pitch. It's high. So another walk in the books. That's the 5th walk of the ball game. The first walk for Matthew Poe. And that'll pass it back to Jackson Saylor, the left fielder. Good job for him. He had a single and scored in the second. Walked and scored in the third. And his speed helped him get on with that push bunt in the first.
It did.
And he walks and goes to second because they were worried about him stealing second.
Yeah.
So a bad throw missed by the first baseman over there, and then he winds up stealing third. Get a timeout here is Colson Perry. Let's go out and talk to Matthew Poe a little bit.
Yeah, and I think this could be more about, hey, this kid had an unbelievable bunt the first inning. You got to be ready to bounce off. And it wouldn't shock me right here if Coach Willard called that, because you can get up 7-2 right here, get a guy in scoring position with 2 outs with Will Hyde on deck. We'll see how he decides to play it.
Saylor half swings through that one. I think he was kind of confused, and that's one of those I got to swing at this one, but I don't really want to type of swings on that one. So the county ends up 1 ball, 1 strike here, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Scott County up 6-2. That one there's off the mitt, and here we go. Now it's Brad Torrey's turn to go out and talk to the pitcher a little bit.
Yeah.
So we talked about it earlier. The head coach at Lexington Catholic decides to resign. That would be Chris Borntrager. And now John Hutchinson takes over. We talked about how that would affect the team. That happened this week, so it's not a good week for Lexington Catholic anytime that happens. Don't know the specifics and don't really want to know. But for whatever reason, a new coach is at the helm, and that coach would be John Hutchinson. So we wish him luck. And we talk about the 11th region, but I tell you what, the 43rd district might be the toughest district in the state.
It's unbelievable. You know, when you look at the tradition of LCA, Catholic, Tates Creek, Lafayette, Dunbar. I mean, I'm pretty sure that all of those schools have won state titles.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I am 100% sure.
I think when Tate's Creek won it a couple of years back, they were the last one, which you would never have thought that. I'm pretty sure that's correct. If it isn't, I apologize. There's a foul ball right back at us. Hopefully it gets over the tree. And I'm doing my unforgettable sin. I'm looking up for a baseball I can't see. But hey. But yeah, like you were saying, I think all 5 teams, and that's what makes it even rougher. It's 5 teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we're not talking about 50 years ago either. We're talking about recently, you know.
Yeah, but it was a gauntlet.
Yeah.
And still is, you know.
It really is. I mean,
you're the 4 or 5 seed. And it used to be a blind draw, didn't it?
Did it? I don't know.
Quite a few years back. They rised up on that one really quickly. You don't want to go through the gauntlet of regular season and not be able to use that to your advantage. And now with Frederick Douglass, Scott County's district at the 42nd now is a 5-team district.
It is, and that makes it difficult as well.
Yeah.
And so you got to wait and see what Douglas does. That Bryan Station series got pushed back because of COVID, but that is a huge series to see who gets that 1 seed.
Yep, swing and a miss. Kind of a half-hearted swing there off the bat on the swing by Andrew Wilhite for the 3rd out of the inning. That's the 3rd strikeout for Matthew Poe. So Scott County strand a walk, but other than that, they go the next 3 batters decide to make outs. So Scott County with no damage. Good job by Matthew Poe as he comes in and sets down the Cardinals. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and recap the ball game through 4 innings. We've got
surgery. You need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery, specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back. As we go to start the 5th inning, looking at your line score real quick. Through 5, Lexington Catholic 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Scott County 6 runs, 4 hits on 2 errors. As Lexington Catholic back to the top of the lineup, popped up out of play is the leadoff hitter playing left field tonight, Griffin Cameron. Griffin was at the plate his last time up when they threw out the runner at second base, Max DeGraff, as he slid and came up about a foot short on a great play by Zane Patton.
And Mike, he's starting to throw that curveball high, which tells me he's getting a little tired. And I don't see anybody down there warming up, but I tell you, he's gotten you into the 5th inning. He's really done everything you could possibly ask of him. And if you could get somebody in there to get if he could just get 3 more outs, he's done a great job.
And it's tough these games when they're, this is a district week, so you pitch your 1 and 2 pitchers for those district games, and Scott County has played already 1 game at Highlands last night. They pitched 4 pitchers. Tonight they come back and play, and they got a doubleheader tomorrow. So again, at this time of the week, after a district week, you're just trying to figure out how you can get outs.
Yeah.
Pitch by committee.
And this is the 3rd time around for the Catholic hitters, so we'll see how they adjust.
Ground ball. Garrison lets it get past him. Zane Patton thought it was foul, but Joseph Garrison kind of was worried about that one for whatever reason. He kind of misplays the hop there, so a base hit for Griffin Cameron, his second hit of the ball game. That'll be the sixth hit of the ball game for the Knights.
And that has to be a frustration for Scott County. It's one of those 50-50 balls, but I think that play could have been made. And anytime you get a ball hit close to first, you're thinking to yourself, just lay down and knock it down, and we'll get an out. But it did just kind of veer off going down that right field line.
Yep, and winds up being a double for Cameron Griffin, his second hit of the ball game. So he passes it back to J.D. Woodall, the senior center fielder. 0 for 1 in the ball game, hit by pitch the last time up. Got forced out at second base on the fielder's choice. Off the bat of Carson Caldwell for the third out of the inning. But he finds himself ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Evan McCallum, a great job on the mound up to this point, has only given up 2 runs for Scott County. Only 1 walk.
And Mike, we just mentioned a second ago, but when you're going to play tomorrow, it looks like it's a beautiful day, so you're going to play 6 games in basically 5 days, and your arms, it's tough. And I don't see anybody warming up down there, but he's really running out of gas right here. You can see it.
Yep, here's the 2-1 pitch, off speed, curveball, swing and a miss by J.D. Woodall. So 2-2 is the count. No outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Scott County, as you can see by the scoreboard, is up 6-2. Curveball rolls over the top. Count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Big pitch here. I think he wants to step off here. I don't think he liked to,
Good crowd out here tonight. I think everybody's happy to be able to get outside. Really good crowd here watching the ball game. Love to see it. Off-speed pitch inside. And a free pass. That's the second walk of the ball game. Back-to-back innings with a walk. That'll put Woodall, J.D. Woodall at first, Cameron Griffin out at second, and now the catcher Colson Perry. He's flew out twice to the center fielder and to the left fielder. Outside fastball, strike 1.
And you got to feel like Perry's due, Mike. Kid hitting 326 with 5 doubles. And although last time Saylor made that terrific catch, robbed him of a double.
Yep.
But
that pitch just an inch or so further out than the last one, called a ball.
And that's that pitch that, Brad Torrey's been calling the ball all day. It's that outside fastball on both sides. You got to adjust, and that was a good pitch there coming hard. But
so he's come 3 fastballs outside. But what happens right here, Coach? Let's see if you're wrong.
Well,
been yet.
Well, I'm making him chase a curveball right here. I want him to hit my pitch at 1 and 2. I'm not going to give him anything in the zone. You throw a ball over the middle, they can get 3 runs real quick. And that definitely caught too much of the plate right there.
Game slowed to quite a crawl here in this inning. McCallum's a little bit more deliberate between pitches. 1-2 pitch, curveball. He hits that one past the glove of Aiden Lopez. Saylor comes up with a strong throw to Patton. Patton short hops, gets it behind. And again, good play right there. If that hop would have been about a foot further out, but it was one of those he's going to have to catch it and tag real quick. So a 2-strike single, RBI single in the 6-hole for Colson Perry. Great job for him. Looks like we have a courtesy runner out at second base. We'll get that for you here in a second.
But you're just not going to keep a good hitter down. I mean, that's we talked about it. That's your 3-hitter. He's hit it hard before, and there he scorches the ball in the 6-hole.
So the third run of the ball game in for Lexington Catholic. RBI single for Colson Perry. And J.D. Woodall goes to third. So runners at second and third. First pitch to the number 4 hitter, the first baseman, Isaac Milburn. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out looking for the second out of the third inning in his last plate appearance. Flies that one hard into the dugout. Seven hits for the Knights, only 1 error. Scott County up to this point with a lead. Only 4 hits in the books for Scott County. Timely hits for the Cardinals up to this point.
Yeah.
6-3 is your score here. Still no outs. Runners at second and third for Catholic. Curveball in the dirt. Good job of walking it by Zane Patton. Interesting to see how much longer Coach Willard sticks with Evan, and doesn't look like it's... Can't tell over there, but he's got to be thinking, how long do I go with the young man? Fly ball up high in the air. Underneath of it is Campton Martin. Runner's going to try to score. Martin catches it. The throw goes to third base.
And that's a smart play right there.
Good job right there.
Yeah. You had no shot of getting the runner at home. Keep that guy on second base. That was an excellent play by Martin.
So the first out of the inning, an RBI for Isaac Milburn on the sac fly. But the best thing right there is Campton Martin heads up play as he goes to third base with it. Instead of trying to, it would have taken a perfect throw and a strong throw to get the runner out. So they keep the runner at second base. 6-4 is your score. On the sac fly off the bat of Isaac Milburn, and now it's up to Carson Cardle. Batting 160. Had a double and scored in the second. Fielder's choice in the third. So he's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And the Lexington Catholic bench making a little bit of noise over there. Ball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Hour and 40 minutes into the ball game up to this point. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs in for the Knights, and just like that, a wild pitch gets Colson Perry. There's a courtesy runner for him. I don't know, didn't get the number, so the courtesy runner heads over to third base. And it's a lot easier to score from third base than it is second.
Yep. Well, we've talked about it. Bless his heart, he's out of gas. I mean, he's thrown a heck of a game, but the curveball's starting to stay high and the fastballs are starting to be low, and when you do that, you know that your arm is tired.
So we'll try to get the courtesy runner for you over at third base. I think it's number 10, but I want to double check that. 3-0 pitch taken all the way is Carson Calder. That pitch is right down Main Street for strike 1. One out here trying to get the run in from third. That pitch is high, and he'll get a free pass.
Yeah, and we're going to see Coach Willard. I believe we'll have a pitching change here.
Yeah, third walk of the ball game, and here comes Coach Willard. Last night we couldn't tell because he had to play pitching coach and head coach. But tonight, I think he's coming as a head coach in this one.
Great speed.
So Scott County is going to come in with Chase Gridley. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and let you know some details about the pitching change. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Scott County Veterinary Clinic offers complete animal health care, including hospitalization, surgery, in-house blood work, and laser therapy, along with a state-of-the-art boarding facility and a large yard to run and play. Find us online for more information.
So Luke Valencia going in to play shortstop for Scott County as the shortstop Chase Grigsby goes to the mound. So Valencia will replace the pitcher Evan McCabe, but he'll go in and play shortstop for Scott County. And Coach, you got some season stats for Chase Grigsby, who pitched an inning last night up at Highlands.
Well, I'm assuming that was put in here.
Yes,
but it's so he's only thrown 2.2 innings the whole year, but he's only given up one hit. And I think the biggest thing is Chase Grigsby is senior. He's a winner. And here it is, a Friday night against Lexington Catholic. Who else you want to have the ball? You want a guy that's going to come in there and be gritty. And anytime you have somebody like that, I'd give him the baseball and say, hey, go get it done.
So Luke Valencia playing shortstop. Grigsby, first pitch ball to the batter Colt Thomas.
Hi.
Inside corner, strike one.
Hey, I'm over here. What? Hey, Dad.
Swing and miss on the fastball.
And I tell you, Mike, a strikeout here would be absolutely huge.
What's the number out there for Valencia if you get a chance to peek at it the next time? It was the 1-2 pitch. Hard shot to Garrison, steps on the bag, throws the second. Not in time, so the run will score. So 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. But an RBI for Colt Thomas as a throw just a little bit late, trying to get Carson Carter out at second base. So the 5th run of the ball game is scores for Lexington Catholic. 3 runs in the inning up to this point. First pitch swinging is Ty Ham. 2 for 2 in the ball game. A single. In the 6th hole the first time up, and a double down the left field. So runner at second base, curve ball outside. Good job by Zane Patton. So Valencia looks like he's wearing number 21. He's typically number 22 according to the normal roster. So here's the 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. Fastball, a little low. The count goes 2-1. So Catholic doing a good job of answering right here, haven't they, Coach?
Yeah, they have. And, Catholic's got a lot of seniors in the starting lineup. And we talked about that, remember, when it was 6-2. And I said, they dove and caught that ball in the gap, that this was a team that wasn't going to go away.
2-1 pitch, curveball in the dirt again. Good job by Zane Patton. Carter thought about it out there at second base. So it's been a 26-minute inning for the Knights up to this point. Fastball inside. And a walk, fourth walk of the ball game. First given up by Mr. Grigsby. So now with runners at first and second, it'll be Bailey Woodall, the second baseman, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to the center fielder and walked his last time up and was forced out at second base for the second out of the inning.
Now, I got to tell you, Mike, if I'm Scott County, I'm not crushed by that walk because Ham had been striking the baseball.
So Garrison playing back deep, not holding the runner on the first. Fly ball, Bailey Woodall. Underneath of it is Sola for the third out of the inning. So Scott County gives up 3, but you got to feel like you're lucky for them that they get out of that inning with runners at first and second. So 3 outs. Lexington Catholic's able to score 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 2 runners on base. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and see if the Cardinals can answer. As this is ball games back and forth, Scott County with the lead, 6-5. We'll be back after this on the BirdNestSports.com broadcast network.
County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Scott County going into the bottom of the 5th inning, 6-5. They have the lead, but Lexington Catholic down 4 runs going into the top of the 5th. They're able to score 3 runs against Scott County and was able to chase the starter, Evan McCallum, out of the ball game. Scott County brought in Chase Grigsby to get out of that inning. But we'll see what Scott County can do as they cling to a 1-run lead, 6-5 as they go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Lexington Catholic was able to send 8 batters to the plate in that inning. Scott County, they'll start off the inning with the second baseman Paul Garner, followed up by Aiden Lopez, and then the first baseman Joseph Garrison. So McCallum pitches 4 2/3 innings. He gives up 7 hits. He gives up 5 hits. I'm sorry, let's make that 7 hits. I apologize. All 5 runs were his. 4 of those were earned. 2 walks for McCallum to go along with 4 strikeouts. So that's his official total. And Matthew Poe, still on the mound for the Knights. So the official total is 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And a good job by Evan McCallum for Scott County. First pitch swinging is Garner, just outside the reach of Ty Ham over at third base. So give Paul Garner a leadoff single in the 6th hole. That's Scott County. That'll be their 6th hit of the ball game.
Number 54, Aiden Lopez.
So Aiden Lopez, 1 for 2 in the ball game, had a single to left center field the last time up. Lefty versus lefty here. First pitch is high and inside.
I'm a bit surprised right here that Coach Willard is not bunting the baseball. You want to get him in scoring position. You're up 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. I know that third baseman is pass ball. That's going to help.
Yep. I say that is a pass ball. Not sure what happened right there, but regardless, Paul Garner able to go to second base on that pass ball. And Aiden Lopez ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes here. Scott County trying to answer.
Come on, Aiden.
Poe taking his time. I thought maybe Lopez might call timeout there. This time he's going to square around the bunt. And he gets it down. But foul. He didn't seem too confident in that first attempt there.
He didn't, but you got to come back with another one. You can get this guy at third base with less than 2 outs, then you've done your job.
So 6-5 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No outs for the Cardinals. Aiden Lopez at the plate. Paul Garner, leadoff single, and the pass ball gets him out to second. Here's the pitch from the lefty, and the count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lopez trying to get the ball to the right side to advance the runner. Half-hearted swing right there and a strikeout in the books. 4. Mr. Poe, that's his 4th strikeout.
And that's why we've talked about it before with Bunning seeming to be a lost art, but that's when Scott County had their big inning. They had a couple of sacrifice bunts that were so well placed that they got on base anyway, and it's crucial. It's
so a new hitter in for Scott County, Ethan Miracle. Miracle DH last night. Usually plays first base for Scott County, or he's in the rotation at the first base spot, but he has a chance to deliver right here. As he comes to the plate here in the 5th inning. So Matthew Poe going into his 3rd inning of action here. He's held the Cardinals scoreless. He's done a great job for Lexington Catholic, giving them a chance to get back in this ball game.
Sure has.
Garner, great jump right there, and he had that base stolen easily.
And now if you're Miracle, you're just saying, okay, I got to do my job right here and hit a fly ball or a ground ball. I thought Lexington Catholic would come in, and they are. Want to try to cut this run down, so they're bringing the infield in.
So we count 1 ball, 1 strike here, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Scott County asking the pinch hitter Ethan Miracle, batting for Joseph Garrison, to come through here. Get a ball over the infield's head right here. Off-speed pitch. That's the one that's easy to set and save, but that's one right there. Good chance of getting that ball into the air.
Yep. Yeah, he was just fooled right there.
So 1-2 right here. We'll see what Matthew Poe is going to deliver. It is an off-speed pitch, and he gets the foul tip into the catcher's mitt. So 4 strikeout of the ball game for Matthew Poe. 2 outs in the inning, and we'll go back to the top. Zane Patton. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Right off the ball game with a single, right back up the middle. And he would want nothing better than that in this at bat. Whatever it takes. Got to get that run in from 3rd base. First pitch. Ball 1. I would put you on the spot and ask you all the ways you can score from 3rd base, but we'll save that for maybe later on. Does that? I'll let you think about it.
Isn't it like 9 ways?
It's a bunch.
Yeah.
It's more than 2. So pitch just caught the outside corner, strike 1. The count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike to leadoff hitter Scott County's Zane Patton. Paul Garner over 3rd base. Off-speed pitch high, ball 2.
And if you're Scott County, you got your best hitter up with a chance to score a run. You can't ask for anything more.
He just missed that one.
Yep.
Ball was right straight back in the net, right over top of the catcher and the home plate umpire. Chase Grigsby with foul ball duty right there. Good job. Count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Scott County trying to extend the lead. They're up 6-5. Paul Gardner's at third. Matthew Poe lets the 2-2 pitch go. And Zane Patton just staying alive, just fouled down the third base line. Not a lot of thinking going on right here. Zane Patton just trying to get a base hit, get a ball in play, do whatever it takes to get in that run from third. Matthew Poe thinks otherwise. And the 2-2 pitch, there's another. We'll see his speed. The first baseman has to make a long run for it. No play for him. Isaac Milburn does a good job. The ball is another. He actually fields it in the second base spot. But Baylor Woodall was too deep once he picks it up. Matthew Poe did a good job. He was over there for it, but no man's land. An RBI infield single.
Yeah, I was surprised the first baseman went after that ball right there. I thought he would stay at home, let the first baseman charge, try to make a quick throw. But once he decided, and you're right, Poe got over there, but with Patton's speed, they had no chance.
So the 7th run of the ball game in for Scott County, giving RBI to Zane Patton. And here's Chase Grigsby now pitching. He fouls one straight back. So Scott County is able to extend the lead to 7-5. An infield single for the 7th hit of the ball game for Scott County. And Zane Patton, it didn't look pretty, but he got the job done.
It sure did. And I think he'll be off and running right here. I know they've got a lefty, but usually with a lefty, you're just saying, hey, go on first move.
Yep, he faked it right there, ball high. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's looking at Coach Willard right there saying he went with the slide step, and I didn't think I'd be safe. But that's where, you get frustrated as a coach. You're saying, hey, I understand that, but there's 2 outs. I want to get you in scoring position. If you get thrown out, we've got 2, 3, 4 batting next inning.
Yep.
So
pitch is outside. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
That's where the the student is thinking more than he should right there. You say, hey, it's okay. I'm telling you to go. If you get thrown out, it's my fault. So
yeah, they normally don't give the sign that says steal if you want to.
Yeah. So, but he's frozen.
2-1 pitch. He's outside now. 3-1. Now we just heard the plate's not round. There's corners on it, so.
Always a good one.
Yep. 3-1 pitch, high, ball 4. So a free pass. It's the second ball given up by Matthew Poe. That means Zane Patton will go down to second base. They're deciding to keep him in the ball game. Typically with 2 outs, the catcher will be taken out for a courtesy runner, but Coach Hutchinson says, I'm going to go ahead and talk to my pitcher here real quick with Scott County. Runners at first and second. What do you think he's telling this pitcher right here, Coach?
Well, he's saying, hey, you've been throwing strikes since we put you in the game, and you've kept us here. Don't change now. He did give up a run, but they're right there. They battled all the way back and cut that thing to 6-5, and let's come back. Let's throw strikes. I know you can get this guy out. So really more of don't stop doing what you've been doing just because we're back in this game.
Yep.
You allowed us to get back in this game, so keep doing what you've been doing.
Now I got to ask you, when you make that trip out to the mound when you were actually coaching, were you that calm voiced and stuff like that, or were you
sometimes more energy? I was. Sometimes I was. Sometimes I wasn't. If I felt like it was a lack of concentration or something. But you got to know your player. You got to know your pitcher. You got to know how old they are. If you've got a youngster out there, it's more of a, hey, you're all right. You can do this.
So first pitch, a hard shot by Campton Martin off the third baseman right there. Scott County's going to score a run, but Grigsby is going to get out at third. They're going to see if he scores at home. They're going to say the run does score. So we're going to give that a base hit. That was a hard shot to the third baseman. So the run out there, Zane Patton will score, but Chase Grigsby is thrown out at third. So it'll be 7-5 in the books for the third out of the inning. But Scott County is able to score 2 and they'll take the lead 8-5. We'll come back for the line score through 5 innings. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with Scott Sutton. Toby Murray run the camera for us. And looking at your stat line through 5 innings, Lexington Catholic, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Scott County, correction, they have 8 runs. Let me add that. So it's 8 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors going into the 6th inning. So a good job there by Scott County's Campton Martin. A hard shot. It could have been an error or a base hit. We're going to give him a base hit, so that'll be the 8th hit of the ball game for Scott County. Again, they played the 2 runs on 3 hits. Stream 1 runner, so they've given the 3-run lead to Chase Grigsby. He came in the last inning, in the last inning for Evan McCallum, who did a great job. So we'll see what Chase Grigsby can do for Scott County right here.
We talked about giving the ball to a senior and saying, hey, we got a chance to beat an old rival in Lexington Catholic, and we'll see what he does. He got him out of that inning.
And that's where I was going to go with it. There's a couple of players, but I'll tell you what, Chase Grigsby is probably the one. This moment's not too big for him.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Point guard on the basketball team, and he's a gamer.
The Graf has hit the ball hard both times up. And he tries to bunt.
Pitch bunt, probably not a good idea when your shortstop is now the pitcher. He bounces it right back to the pitcher, Chase Grigsby, and easy out, and almost a gift.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Mike. I mean, when you have an athlete like that on the mound, that makes a big difference. Now, that wasn't a terrific bunt. It was right at him, but you still got to be thinking that before you go up there.
So 1 out, back to the top. Griffin Cameron swinging a miss on the off-speed pitch. Cameron 2 for 3 in the ball game with an RBI. He led off the 5th inning with an RBI. Kind of misplayed over there. Not misplayed, but it was kind of a weird play by the first baseman. Gets past him, and Griffin Cameron stand-up double. Fly ball into left center field, long run for Andrew Wilhite. He dives for it. Backed up is Campton Martin. A good job out there. Good communication between Campton Martin and Andrew Wilhite. He made the attempt, but an RBI hit to right center field for Griffin Cameron. Make him 3 for 4 in the ball game. 8th hit for Catholic. And he does his job as the leadoff spot.
Yeah, that's what, he's been terrific all year. As they say, coming into the game, hitting .373. Now he's 3 for 4, so that's going to go up a little bit.
So 8th hit of the ball game for the Knights. That'll bring up J.D. Woodall. Pickoff attempt to Cameron. Trying to pick him off at first. So Woodall 0 for 1 in the ball game. Another pickoff attempt.
And I'll tell you, Mike, right here, I'm telling Chase, look, we're up 3 runs. We got 5 outs to go. Let's focus on this hitter. See, and that's what happens right there. You're so worried about the runner. He'd been throwing strikes, and then, now he comes. The concentration is taken away, and now you've got 2 guys on instead of 1.
Yep. We talk about being a gamer, but sometimes that works to your disadvantage. And I think right there he was going to let them know that he was in charge, and he was going to throw the runner as many times as they wanted to, regardless of what they were saying in the dugout.
Yep.
Gets the best of him right there.
Yep.
But we'll regroup. And now Lexington Catholic will look to Colson Perry, who's 1 swing away from tying this ball game up. He had an RBI single in the 5th, 2 fly balls to left field and center field his first 2 times up. So he's 1 for 3 in the ball game. A chance to do some damage right here. First pitch swinging into the first base dugout.
And that's the scary thing if you're Scott County is the next 2 hitters can both tie this thing up with one swing of the bat.
So 2 hours and 7 minutes into the ball game. 5 outs to go for Scott County. I like the way you said that. Oh, 1 pitch, curveball outside.
And that was a much better concentration right there. He did look at the base runner, but then when he came back, he focused on the mitt, and that was a good-looking curveball. Brett Perry, being a good hitter, held off, but it was still a good-looking pitch.
Hard shot, and the 6-0 right there. Saylor comes up with it. He drops the ball, so run's going to score. And both runners advance right there. So another base hit for Colson Perry and an RBI. Almost exactly what he did the last time up. Now he's going to allow Griffin Cameron to score. That'll be the 6th run of the ball game for the Knights. So we're going to do an RBI base hit for Colson Perry. And do we give an error to allow the runners to get the second and third? I think you have to, don't you? So Woodall is able to go to third base on the error for against the left fielder. So that'll be the 3rd error of the ball game for Scott County. Make that the 9th hit for Lexington Catholic.
And I tell you, Mike, you know, the old saying is you don't ever put the go-ahead run on base. But I sure as heck am making Milburn hit my pitch right here.
Yes.
You got a base open, and this is a guy who's got 5 home runs. I'm not just laying the baseball in there.
So 1 out right here, free base right here. And the other thing by walking him is you set up the force play.
Exactly. It wouldn't be the worst thing.
First
as soon as we say that,
looks at it right down the pike, huh?
Chase comes right at him, and he sits there and looks at it. So,
but as we know here from the broadcast booth, we're never wrong. We just went right. So here's the 0-1 pitch, fastball again, swings through it. Does Isaac Milburn?
Yeah, and he was already looking at that ball going over the light post. And he's getting a little encouragement from Dad down there, I think, saying, "Hey, let's just hit the contact." And I think he will. I think right here he'll shorten up and
off-speed pitch, ground ball to Garrison. He's going to get the out and let the run score.
And that's a good play right there. You focus on getting the out. You still got a lead. You know, you have that tendency to, oh no, I need to throw this ball home. He didn't. He makes the play. And that's not the easiest of plays right there. The sun's in his eyes. It's a high chopper. Gets the baseball, steps on first. You're still up 8-7, and now there's 2 outs. And surprisingly, the runner on second didn't advance.
Wow, I didn't catch that one. I don't know what was going on there, but regardless, the 7th run of the ball game in for the Knights. RBI, that's the 2nd RBI of the ball game for Mr. Milburn. So Carson Cardle trying to tie this ball game up. We get a ball cut here, and just like that, Mr. Perry is going to get a chance. I think that's the courtesy runner again. We still haven't gotten his number. I want to say he's number 10, Colson Perry, but I'm not for sure.
And here's where Chase just needs to all focus right here on this hitter. Let's not worry about that runner.
1-0 pitch. Fastball inside. The count goes 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Scott County clinging to a 1-run lead. The Knights have the runner at third base. Carson Cardle at the plate. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Walked. And was the last batter faced by Evan McCallum. Counts 2-1 here, 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. Chopper to Lopez at third. He's up, long throw, and a stretch by Garrison just in time. So Scott County Gives up 2, but they're able to hold on to the lead. And that ground out to Aiden Lopez for the third out of the inning. So we'll take a timeout. We'll see if the Cards can answer. You're watching high school baseball on the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
Welcome back to the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Lexington Catholic able to score 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and leave a runner on base. So through going into the bottom of the 6th inning, Scott County clinging to an 8-7 lead. And Matthew Poe still on the mound for Lexington Catholic. So correction, only 2 errors for Scott County in the ball game. That's what I did. Both teams have had 2 errors. I gave Scott County credit for one of the Lexington Catholic errors. My apologies. So Scott County, Luke Colvin, the designated hitter. 2 walks and a fly out to the center fielder. Leads off. Jackson Saylor on deck, and Andrew Wilhite, the number 3 hitter in the inning for Scott County. So we'll see what the Cardinals can do. It sure would be nice to get a couple of extra bonus runs right here. New pitcher going out here to warm up for Lexington Catholic.
And you have to think if one of these first 2 hitters get on for Scott County, that Coach Willard would bunt them over trying to get that 1 extra insurance run, because you're stating the obvious. But playing for 1 run in an inning as opposed to playing for 2 is just an enormous difference.
Yep. Swing and a miss.
So if they could get an insurance run right here, it sure would be big for the Cardinals.
Yep. Matthew Poe has given up 2 runs, but he's kept Catholic in this ball game. So 8-7 as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Colvin tried to get out of the way, just decided to make contact, so Poe underhands it to Isaac Milburn down to first base. So Wesley didn't mean to swing. Good job off the mound by Matthew Poe, and almost a disaster right there as he flipped that ball right into the sun, underhanded, but Isaac Milburn was able to keep his eye on it and run out.
And you know, with that third baseman playing back so far right here, I wouldn't be surprised to see Saylor try to bunt, and as soon as we say what he does, and fouls it straight back. I like that idea, though. You know, you want to get on base, you got great speed, and now, of course, you don't get it down so the third baseman is on the grass, but you could still push bunt this ball down the first baseline. They have struggled with that this game. Maybe he could come back with that.
Outside ball 1.
So that first baseman is playing awful deep. The third baseman made the adjustment. I'm surprised that the first baseman is not. And now even the third baseman's backing up.
Fly ball right field. Shading the sun out there is Colt Thomas. Colt Thomas makes the play. So 2 up, 2 down for Scott County. And it's left up to Andrew Wilhite. Andrew struck out twice in a single. So 1 for 3 in the ball game for the junior right fielder.
Number 1, Andrew Wilhite.
So lefty versus lefty right here. He tries to push it. Third baseman charging, tie him up with it. And not in time, as Andrew Wilhite is safe at first base.
I think he ran into that glove, Mike, and that's why the ball popped out. You can see the frustration on Catholic's first baseman right there. I think it's a base hit because he, right as the ball got there, he ran into it. I don't think you can give the first baseman an error there.
So that's a 9th hit of the ball game for Scott County. So we got 2 outs in the inning. First pitch swinging is Paul Garner. Fouls it straight back.
And I was looking that time, Mike, because I thought that might have my car.
Of all people who know better to park where you did.
I just didn't want to walk that far.
I understand.
Just, our little score table here.
And that comes in a lot of people's mind. The walk versus the risk versus the reward, right? Will Heights off. Pitches in the dirt. Good pitch to steal.
And I love that call by Coach Willard. You got to get him in scoring position. If he's thrown out, okay, let's go get 3 outs. But now a base hit, an error, whatever the case may be, and you score a run right here, and that run would be huge. We've talked about it.
So Paul Garner already has an RBI and 2 singles in the ball game. He's 2 for 3. Scored 2 runs as well. 6 holes wide open as the shortstop's holding on Andrew Wilhite out at second base. Left fielder playing really deep, so I think a base hit in the 6 hole has a good chance with the speed of Andrew Wilhite of allowing Scott County to score the 9th run of the ball game. Toby Murray doing a fine job on the camera for us tonight. Toby's like me, starting to think about where we're going to go eat after this ball game. Off-speed pitch. Strike call. Count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Scott County clinging to a 1-run lead. Back up.
Well, they got him.
Yep. Got him leaning right there. Good spin move right there by Matthew Poe. And a good tag. So we'll go 1-6 for the 3rd out of the inning. And Lexington Catholic down to the final 3 outs. We'll come back and give you the stat total up to this point. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Tell you what.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with Scott Sutton. Toby Murray doing a great job on the camera for us tonight. Scott County, as we go to the top of the 7th inning, clinging to a 1-run lead. 8-7, they have the senior Chase Grigsby. Started out playing shortstop. He's been on the mound for Scott County since the 5th inning. Has a chance to hold on and get the victory for Evan McCallum. And it's pretty simple, but I've got to ask you, Coach, what's Scott County got to do right here?
Well, the first thing is Chase has got to throw strikes, and they just got to make plays. I mean, especially if Lexington Catholic gets a runner on, they're going to bunt, and that's where you can't turn maybe a possible run that's going to tie the game up into 2 runs where they're going to take the lead.
Right.
You got to make sure you get that baseball, throw it to first base, and get it out. But this is a huge at-bat right here because the Ham kid who's on deck has been on fire.
Yes.
He's 2 for 2 with a walk, and both times he hit bullets. So
Cole Thomas, Scotty, number 6 hitter, leading off the inning. First pitch. Foul ball, just foul.
They say it's a game of inches, and that was just foul. If not, it was a leadoff double. And
leadoff double. The next batter comes up and bunts him to 3rd.
Yeah. See old Cal Oaks walking by.
0-1 pitch, line drive, outside the reach of Garner. Andrew Wilhite down on one knee. And Colt Thomas does his job.
He does, and I tell you what, 98% of the time you're bunting here, but the way Ham has hit the ball, I wouldn't be shocked if they let him swing it.
Yep, 10th hit of the ball game for Lexington Catholic. And like you said, Ty Ham 2 for 2. Single RBI in the second, a double in the fourth. Ham's going to turn around the bunt. Make sure the ball gets past. That's going to be a wild pitch to allow the runner to do the job for Ty Ham. And that's an important move right there in the baseball game, as hot as Ty Ham is now. Do you bunt him to the third?
I think I'll let him hit now.
I'm one of those, if you're going to bunt him to second, why wouldn't you go ahead and bunt him to third?
Well, normally I would, but like I said, he's been hitting the baseball so hard, and you do have him in scoring position. But then again, and he is bunting.
He's bunting. Gets a good run down. Grigsby gets the out. Over to Garrison at first base. And he does his job. Sack bunt.
And that was a good play all the way around. That was a terrific bunt. And not too many pitchers are going to make that play. You talked about it earlier with that being Grigsby, their starting shortstop. He bounced off that mound and made a very good play to get him by half a step.
Yep.
And I'm surprised here that Coach Willard has the infield in. I mean, I thought he might just play for the out. If they tied up, okay, we'll go in and score one and beat you. But he's got him in right now.
Yep. Ball hit foul down the third baseline. I think right here maybe he's just trying to force him to, now he's got to try to drive the ball in the air. With the runner's back, you just want to make contact. If it goes in the air, fine. If it doesn't, you're going to score the run. So a beautiful part of baseball, the mind game's going on.
It is.
Runner at third base, Colt Thomas led off the inning. Advanced on a wild pitch to second. Sack bunt got him to third.
Here's where Zane Patton just has to be extra tough. Anything in the dirt, he's got to block it up. Chase hasn't thrown a lot of innings, so.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, strike two. That's one, if you're a batter, you just tip your cap to the pitcher and say, now you got to come back with another one.
Yep. And for a kid who hasn't thrown a lot of innings, man, that was a good pitch.
So we're back in action tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning, Scott High. Host of Scott County, swing and a miss. And that's actually the first strikeout of the ball game for Chase Grigsby, and not a better time for it there with one out and the runner in scoring position at third base. That'll bring up Max DeGraff. DeGraff, 1 for 2 in the ball game. A single in the 6th hole in the third inning. 2 outs. Scott County's Chase Grigsby trying to close the door right here. Curveball a little bit high right there.
And last time, Max tried to bunt that ball right at him. Ended up going right back at Chase, so we'll see what he does here.
Ground ball to Valencia. He bobbles it, and the throw not in time.
And that's a tough play. You got the kid who came in, the youngster, replaced Chase when Chase went in to pitch, and that's a tough play for him.
Yeah,
feel for him.
That's one of those things where you just look at it, and you want to say you kind of let it play him because he wasn't charging it at all.
Yeah.
That tough hop, and then that deep as he was playing, if you don't catch it cleanly, you don't have a chance. So Max DeGraff does his job. He forces Scott County to make the play. Scott County unable to, and now we'll go back to the top of the lineup. And here's the thing you got to regroup for Scott County. Yes, it's tied, but you want to do whatever you can to get this last out because it's a lot easier to score one.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Pitch, according to the Catholic fans, is outside, but
that was a good pitch.
The umpire calls it a strike, so the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch goes to 1-2. So the Knights are doing their job. They've at least scored 1 run to kind of force Scott County to have to score 1 in their bottom half of the inning.
And Cameron has been on fire. He's had a terrific game at 3 for 4. So
yes. 3 hits in a row.
I have a feeling that's probably why they haven't stolen right here, because he's been so hot. You don't want to take the bat out of his hands.
Yep, staying alive right there. Good job of hitting.
Sure was. He's a good-looking player.
Yeah,
just a sophomore.
The question I have for you right here is, the first baseman's holding him on, left-handed hitter. Chase Quigley's not going to get it fired past you with the fastball, so good chance of him pulling it right here in the big hole between first and second and holding that runner on.
I'd like to see that second baseman be playing more in the hole right here.
Yep, there's a fly ball. Campton Martin calling it off. Underneath of it, one-hand catch, and Scott County only allows Catholic to score one run. They get out of it there as Cameron Griffin pops out to Campton Martin out in center field. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and see what the Cards can do in the bottom half of the 7th inning. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Skierman, agency manager at the Scott County Farm Bureau Insurance, would like you to know that as your local insurance agent, he is right here in your community, ready to help you with all your insurance needs. In the event of a loss, you can count on Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance to help you through it. We have local claims adjusters to serve you at your time of loss. We are knowledgeable about our community and can provide valuable assistance and advice when needed. Call the office today at 502-863-2454 for a free, no-obligation quote. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. Toby Murray run the camera for us. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Scott County needing one run here to end this ball game. Right now we're tied at 8-8. And again, Coach, we talked about it for Catholic. When they needed one run, you got to get that first runner on base. They did a great job of had a wild pitch that kind of helped out there, but they sacrificed him over to third. Then they forced Scott County to make the defensive play. They were unable to, and the run was allowed to score on an error by Scott County. That's the 4th error of the ball game for the Cardinals.
And here's where, if you're Lexington Catholic coaches, you're telling Poe, hey, don't press. You've been terrific for us. Continue to do what you're doing. And if you're Scott County's coaches, you're saying, we're swinging at strikes. We're going to make him throw strikes. And when he does, then we'll put a bat on the baseball. But let's not help him out at all right here by swinging at bad pitches.
Number 4, Paul.
Hello. So we'll see if Poe can continue what he's doing. He's been shutting Scott County down. But there's a huge base hit right there by Garner. Into the gap. We'll see if he tries to go for two. He's not. Well played by the right fielder for Lexington Catholic, but that is an outstanding job by the leadoff hitter, Paul Garner, with a base hit in the right center field area. And now you have to feel like Lopez is going to bunt this baseball to get Garner to second base. He's staring down Coach Willard right now as Coach Willard looks at his play chart, gives the signals out. Both Garner and Lopez check their wristbands. They're showing bunt here, but Garner's off, and he steals second base. Now I believe Coach Wood will come right back with another bunt. We'll see. Coach Willard's asking the umpire, was that a ball or a strike? Brad Tory says it was a ball, so it's 1-0. Lopez gets the number again from Coach Willard. With hitting from the left side, I'd have to feel like he would lay this ball down the third base side and make it awful difficult. Yep. Oh, you don't want to do that. No.
Oh, just under the tag?
Sure was. And that's a great play by their catcher. You don't want to get too aggressive. You've got to make sure there that the bunt is down, and he got almost in no man's land. He really got lucky.
Yeah, but if he stumbles at all when he puts on the brakes. So Aiden Lopez, 2 balls and no strikes. Coach Willard looking at the sheet, trying to decide what he wants to do right here. He throws out the number. So Paul Garner does his job. Single to start the inning out, and the stolen base. Lopez, the first baseman, charging. He was almost at softball distance. It looked like that third baseman at softball right there.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is the play before actually cost Scott County right there, because that ball got away from the catcher, but because Garner was so worried about not messing up again, he didn't have that normal, shuffle, or he would have got the third right there. Because that ball it kicked off, but you could see Paul was like, oh no, I'm not going to make a mistake.
Here's the attempt by Lopez. He finally pulls it back for the fourth time, and finally the second strike called, 2-2.
And I thought it was 3-1.
I thought it was 3-1 myself,
but the scoreboard's showing 2-2, and I couldn't tell what Brad just put up right there. Excuse me. We'll see right here if he's.
So here's the pitch. Off speed, fouled out of play.
Right here, Lopez. Anything but a pop-up in the infield can get the kid to third, you would think. And he's got a battle here. Watch this ball all the way to the barrel and do his job.
So here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So 6 strikeout of the ball game. Fourth strikeout for Matthew Poe. And he's been battling. You got to be happy if you're Lexington Catholic what he's been able to do here tonight.
Well, that was an excellent job there to get a strikeout. That's the one thing you had to have if you're Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, Joseph Garrison is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's pinch hit for by Ethan Miracle in the 5th. So 1 out. Off-speed pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Pitch is probably a little bit high right there.
It was.
Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's where those gray hairs come in. You got a 1-0 count. You're thinking to yourself, we're not going to chase anything. Let's make him come to us, and you chase the ball out of the zone. So obviously now instead of a 2-0 count where there's a little pressure on the pitcher, now it's 1-1, and the pressure's back on you as a hitter.
Yeah. Coach Willard flashing the 3-digit sign to the runner and the hitter. We'll see what goes on here with the 1-1 pitch coming up.
Which means get a hit and win this game.
There you go. Paul Garner out at second base for Scott County. Joseph Garrison at the plate. Counts 1-1. Matthew Poole on the mound. With 1 out hit. Off-speed pitch, strike call. That was a pretty pitch right there.
He's done a nice job. He has definitely come in and done the job for them.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Scott County's number 9 hitter, Joseph Garrison, hitting 188 in the season. Swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts with a runner in scoring position. Coach Willard can't be happy with that. So it's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Matthew Poe. And now for Scott County, there's nobody you really have at the plate than Zane Patton, the leadoff hitter. Had an RBI single in his last at bat.
There's not, but, we talked about it on the flip side an inning or 2 ago. With a base open right here, that run doesn't matter at all. Zane Patton, so I'm making sure he hits my pitch here, and if not, then that way we'll have a force at any bag. And but he's coming right after him. I'm a little surprised by that because Patton is clearly Scott County's best hitter.
So a little bit of an off-speed pitch there. Again, almost the same exact pitch he threw to Garrison.
Yeah.
For the first strike. Same thing here. So no balls, 1 strike to Scott County's leadoff hitter Zane Patton, hitting .324 on the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Looping curveball. Strike 2. So Zane's pretty good at staying alive here. Scott County needs him to do whatever has to happen here.
But Zane's, right here, Zane's just got to say, look, I don't have to hit a home run to win this game. I just got to hit a ball in the hole somewhere. Let me shorten up my swing. Battle with 2 strikes. You know, a bloop hit wins it for you here. Yep. So
here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Fouled out of play. Again, Zane had saw kind of a sidearm slider for that first strike, a looping curveball, and he comes back and sees a fastball right there. So now the guessing game. He's seen 3 pitches. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball hit down the line in right field. And they're going to say foul ball. Good hustle out there by Colt Thomas. That wasn't fouled by much. We couldn't see it because of the first base dugout, but it wasn't fouled by much, but like they always say, it was foul enough.
Yeah, and I think Poe right there, what Catholic wanted was for Poe to try to, that backdoor curve that is probably a few inches off the plate, make him chase, and he got a little more of that plate than they wanted. So right here, I wouldn't be a bit surprised on 0-2. Throw that curveball that starts way out and, make him chase something.
Just missed that one, so fouls it straight back. Pretty even ball game, not only the score, but 10 hits for both teams. 4 errors for Scott County, only 2 for Lexington Catholic.
And again, I think Poe, as wonderful as he's done, got a little bit more of the plate than he wanted to right there on an 0-2 count. And we'll see what he comes with here.
Good job there by the catcher, Colson Perry.
And that's a good pitch. That's what he wanted. It's, let's get a ball that you're going to have to hit basically in the dirt. And that's a great job, like you said, of the catcher blocking that up.
Here's the 2-strike pitch, pops him up. Out in over the third baseman. Good job there by Max DeGraff to call him off. So Matthew Poe does the job. He gets the fly out to the shortstop, out behind third base for the third out of the inning. So we're going to have some free baseball when we come back. You're watching high school sports on the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
Welcome back to the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie, Scott Sutton, Toby Murray, and again 7 innings complete. We get some free baseball coming up, but let's look at the stat total through 7 innings. At Lexington Catholic, 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. Scott County, 8 runs, 10 hits on 3 errors. So pretty much the scoreboard says it's a pretty even ball game, and the number of hits, 10 hits apiece as well. So great ball game here, and like we say, you get some free baseball here on the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Scott County sticking with Chase Grigsby on the mound. He came in the 5th inning with 2 outs to replace Evan McCallum, who did a good job. And on the other side, Matthew Poe doing a great job for Lexington Catholic. He came in the 3rd inning for the Knights. He's got 7 strikeouts up to this point for Lexington Catholic. Had 2 big strikeouts there with a runner in scoring position as he was able to get Aiden Lopez and Joseph Garrison to strike out. And then he was able to force a pop-up off the bat of Zane Patton for the 3rd out of the inning. So Scott County trying to hold serve right here. And leading off for Lexington Catholic is the number 2 hitter, J.D. Woodall, the center fielder. Been hit twice. A walk, And a fly out to the shortstop. So 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch from Grigsby. Ball 1. Fly ball out to left field. Jackson Saylor down the line. Makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up Colson Perry. Flew out the first 2 times up. He's had back-to-back hits, singles, and RBIs. Both of those have been in the 6 hole. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Brick House Real Estate. We present that to the player of the game after the game is over. That ball's hit pretty good out into left center field. Canton Martin looks up, and it goes off the top of the wall. Good hustle by Perry, picked up by Saylor. Perry's on his way to third. A good job of base running right there on a well-hit ball. That's a triple off the top of the fence. It was about a foot short of being a home run. That's the 11th hit of the ball game for Lexington Catholic, and a runner at third base was Colson Perry with 1 out.
Yeah, he absolutely pounded that baseball.
Now batting will be Isaac Milburn. Isaac is 0 for 4 in the ball game with 2 RBIs. He had a sac fly and a ground ball that scored 2 runs. Ball gets passed. Oh, the runner thought about it over there.
He did, and I tell you, Milburn was telling him to come on, because usually that hitter, the ball was hiding behind the umpire, and the base runner couldn't see where that baseball was.
Yep.
So Milburn was telling him to come on, but he hesitated and then decided to stay. But
and I think right there, the courtesy runner, Colson Perry, comes in. He probably makes that move, but the courtesy runner, Rives Cashman, he hits that ball on the screws over the head of Andrew Wilhite. It's going to be out of here. So a 2-run shot off the bat of Isaac Milburn. That's the 12th hit of the ball game. 2 RBIs for Milburn. Scores the 9th and 10th run. And one thing about it, it wasn't a cheap home run. He hit that one pretty solid.
No, he pounded the baseball, and we talked about at the opening that he was leading the team in home runs, and if you'll remember in the first inning, he crushed a baseball that we both thought was out of the park, and, they went back to the track and caught it, and that one was a no-doubter. So
yep, Isaac Milburn with his 4th RBI of the game right there. So 10-8 is the score after that home run off the bat of Isaac Milburn, the first baseman. Off-speed pitch, strike called. So 0-2, the count right here, 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Lexington Catholic pop up in the infield. Valencia calls off Garner, makes the play out there for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Colt Thomas, the right fielder. Scored the tying run for the Knights in the 7th inning. He led off the inning with a single, advanced to 2nd on a wild pitch. Sacrifice bunt over to 3rd and scored on the air. First pitch outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, curveball, strike 1.
That's a good pitch there. And you gotta like the way Chase has come back after that home run. He's not pouted, he's attacking the plate.
Yep. Here's the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Good job of camera work by Toby Murray. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out of play down the right field line. And the count stays 2-2. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the 8th inning, but more importantly, 2 runs in for the Knights on a bomb off the bat of Isaac Milburn. Fly ball out to left field. Jackson Saylor underneath of it. So 3 outs for the Cardinals. 2 fly balls to the left fielder. 1 pop up to the shortstop. But the damage is done. Lexington Catholic's able to score 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and leave no runners on base. We'll come back and see what the Cardinals can do, as they need to score at least 2 to keep this ball game going on. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching High School Sports on the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Welcome back to the birdsnestsports.com broadcast network. Lexington Catholic were able to scratch in the tying run in the top of the 7th inning. They were able to hold Scott County. They came in the top of the 8th inning, and that leadoff triple by Colson Perry pretty much set the tone. At that point, one mistake by Chase Grigsby, and that mistake wound up over the fence in right field off the bat of Isaac Milburn, and again, he did not get cheated. But Scott County has 3 outs here to score at least 2 runs. And they'll start out with Chase Grigsby, followed by Campton Martin and Luke Colvin. And a little bit different dynamic. We talked about it when Scott County was trying to find that run to go up, extra run to go up 2, to take a 2-run lead, excuse me. Again, it's a lot harder to score 2 than it
sure is. Yeah, it changes the complexity of how you're going to play the inning, and Coach Willard knows that. He's coached a lot of games over in that third base coaching box. So
Grigsby's walked twice, ground out to the first baseman, or flied out to the first baseman twice. The last time was kind of a mistake swing. So the first pitch is a strike, and again, Matthew Poe, he hasn't had a lead since he's been out there, but he's done a great job for the Knights.
He really has, and at this point, going into the 8th inning, he's almost basically thrown a full game, because he came in, and I believe in the 3rd, did he not?
Yes, he did. He came in the 3rd. His team was down 6-2 at the time. And he's only given up 2 runs.
Yeah.
And that was in the 5th inning. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle.
That's what you got to do as a leadoff, yeah.
Just outside the reach of Beto Woodall. And Chase Grigsby does his job. Gets a single and passes it back.
And you know what? Good for Chase there. You know, you got to be crushed. You're asked to come in and shut down a game, and they scored a couple runs to take the lead. So, but he gets in that box and does didn't try to do too much. Just only hit a ground ball up the middle and get on base. And I'm giving myself a chance. And we've said it before. When you get in a situation like this, don't try to win the game with one swing. You just pass the bat.
Yep. And here's the thing about it. Now, one swing can tie this ball game up.
That's right. And you got a kid up here in Campton Martin who has 5 doubles, and we talked about how strong he is.
Yep.
So
he's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Reached on the air as well. Off-speed pitch. High ball 1.
Nice kick.
So no outs here. Leadoff single by Chase Grigsby. He's down at first. Campton Martin fouls that one straight back. The count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. And if he knows in charge of the heat out here at the ballpark, please tell him to turn it up a notch. It's getting a little bit chilly.
It is. Today was an absolutely beautiful day.
Yes, it was. So here's the 1-1 pitch. Almost falling off in exactly the same spot.
I think Campton's dipping his shoulder a little bit right there. I'm sure coach is telling him, hey. Give me a line drive somewhere.
So Grigsby out of first. 1-2's the count to Scott County's number 3 hitter, Campton Martin. Swings to it, and a swing and a miss. A strikeout for Matthew Poe. And that'll bring up Luke Colvin, the designated hitter. Walked twice and scored a run. 0 for 2 officially. He kind of had a check swing ground ball back to the pitcher.
Yep.
His last time up. Grigsby not much of a lead with the lefty. I think he was taken all the way for a strike.
Yeah, and Colvin, you know, he's got another situation here that we're not bunting a guy over and giving up an out when you're down 2 runs.
Yep, third baseman is in. First baseman's holding the runner on. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Foul back. Making sure the fans are awake here on the hill. So no balls and 2 strikes to Luke Colvin. High fastball, swing and a miss. Swung the ball right there. So back-to-back strikeouts. That's number 9 for Matthew Poe. And Scott County down to the last out. Jackson Saylor. A single and scored in the second. Walked in the third. Strikeout and a fly ball to right field. So he's 1 for 3 officially. But Jackson's got to do whatever right here. Then you got Grigsby at second, left-hander on the mound. He's kind of set Scott County down from the stolen base attempts. They usually are pretty aggressive on the base path. Off-speed pitch strike. And the good job that Matthew Poe, I was going to ask you about it, he changes his delivery to the plate quite a bit, so it's hard to read him.
Yeah, sometimes he hesitates. He also changes his arm slot sometimes. Sometimes he comes over top, sometimes from the side. And he's made life difficult for Scott County. And he's sneaky fast, you know. Sometimes he'll rear back and get a little zip on it. But when you're throwing that curveball for a strike, we've talked about it a lot, that makes that fastball look even faster.
So here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, and Saylor swings right through it, and the count goes 1-2. So advantage of the Knights here. They're up 2 outs, 1 runner on for Scott County, but you got to be careful. Saylor has the possibility of hitting one out of the park, so you don't want to make a mistake here if you're Matthew Poe. Grigsby's off on the pitch. Swing and miss. And Poe, first time all night he's shown any reaction as he yells out a big yell right there. So you got to say hats off to the young man. The leadoff single by Chase Grigsby. He comes back and gets 3 strikeouts in a row to give him 10 for the ball game. And we're at the final. Your final score, Lexington Catholic 8, 10, Scott County 8. We'll be back for a final recap. You're watching high school baseball on the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Back after this.
Oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Scott County Schools and Bird's Nest Athletics would like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors: Bluegrass Orthopedics, Georgetown News Graphic, Denise M. Keene, Certified Public Accountant, Brickhouse Properties Real Estate, Chick-fil-A, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Ozer Paint and Flooring, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, People's Bank, Time to Shine Car Wash, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Domino's Pizza, Burger King, Galvin's on Main. This broadcast has been made possible by these corporate sponsors and viewers like you.
At Bluegrass Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
Welcome back to the BirdsNestSports.com broadcast network. Mike Ritchie along with the coach, Scotty Sutton. And looking at your final line score here real quick for you. Pretty even ball game, as we said. Your final line score: Lexington Catholic 10 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors. Scott County 8 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors. So, Coach, you look at it, Matthew Poe comes into the ball game. His first lead is when he goes out to pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. You got to be impressed with that young man.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, he comes in, concentrates, get him out of a jam. We talked about that at that point, how, you know, it was 6-2, I think it was 6-2, 7-2, and they make a great play in the field. He settles down. He's throwing strikes. He's throwing the ball from different arm slots. And I'm looking at his stats as he comes into the game. He doubled his strikeout totals tonight. He came in with 10 strikeouts, and he got 10 strikeouts tonight. So now he's at 20 strikeouts. And the further the game went along, the better he got. You know, if you look at the last few innings, Scott County only got 1 hit. So, you know, and he had 5 strikeouts in those last 3 innings. So he just did a tremendous job. I thought the McCallum kid for Scott County did an excellent job early, and then he tired. And then that's when Catholic started to make their comeback, and then when they got it tied, Scott County had a chance there at one point. But you got to give Lexington Catholic credit. I mean, we said sometimes when you get into a season of 30, 35 games, you can lose that concentration when you get down early in a game, and they did not. They continued to play hard. We wondered, would the coaching change affect them some way? But they certainly played hard tonight, and it showed, and stick around and then come up with the victory says a lot about their character.
Yeah, and again, you got to say hats off to John Hutchinson. His team could have come in, and I'm sure it's probably been a hectic week for them, and really the players are probably the ones that are feeling it most. But he comes in, keeps his team in it, and they just kept battling. They got down 6-2, and look up, you know, they score 3 runs in that 5th inning, come back and score 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. So they kept battling, and again, like I say, Chase Gridgley did a good job. He comes in, pitches 2 in the 3rd innings for Scott County, gives up 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those are earned, gives up only 1 walk and 1 strikeout. So he came in and battled as well, and really made 1 mistake, and
he did.
Isaac Milburn made him pay. He hit the ball over the right field fence for the 2-run homer in the 8th inning. So it's a good ball game all the way around. Scott County back in action tomorrow as they travel to Taylor Mill, Kentucky to take on Scott High at 10. And then they come back and play Mercer County at 12:30. So no rest for the weary. And that's one good thing about baseball. It isn't like football where you have a week to worry about it. You basically got to have a short memory, come back and get a chance to get the victory tomorrow for Scott County.
Yeah, they have to. And you know, we talked about it playing so many games in a week. Already playing 2 district games, then playing Fort Thomas, I believe, last night, and then tonight Catholic, and then a doubleheader tomorrow. It takes its toll. But you had asked me about a week ago when you said, you know, what are you looking for when you're starting to go into district play, and you really want to start being focused. And right now Scott County has got to get that focus back. It's not too late, but you know, they're kind of in that lull, and they've got to get out of that because you know, district tournament will be in 2 weeks from tomorrow, and you know, they got to be ready to roll.
Yep. All righty. Now it's time for our Scott County Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game is sponsored by Brick House Real Estate, and the Player of the Game goes to number 4 for Scott County, the second baseman Paul Garner. He was 3 or 4 of the ball game. He had a double and 2 singles and 1 RBI and 2 runs scored. So a good ball game for him, and probably your overall best player for Scott County on the ball game, and hence that's why he gets the player of the game. So congratulations to Paul Garner. We'll present him with the trophy. But from a broadcast partner, Scott Sutton, for the best cameraman in Scott County, working for birdsnestsports.com broadcast network, Toby Murray, we say glad you could join us. And again, check back with us tomorrow morning at 10 as we'll be up at Taylor Mill bringing you Scott County versus Scott High as the Eagles host the Cardinals at 10 o'clock. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and have a good evening.